Hello, everyone. Before we get started on this week's episode, just a quick word that YouTube, in all its infinite wisdom, has decided that some of the Die Party games are now not suitable for advertising. It doesn't mean a whole lot for the content. I'm not going to censor the videos in any way, but if you'd like to lend your support so that Die Party can continue to grow, please check out the Patreon or subscribe on the Twitch channel. Enjoy the episode. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the, I want to say fourth episode of a Die Party Abyss, a customized Hollow Earth expedition role-playing experience right here on Twitch. It's been about a week. I've learned so much in the past week about things in Jerusalem, but tonight, I hopefully get to educate every single one of you about why the Nazis want that shit. Let's go around and introduce everyone who'd be playing with me today. Up first, we have none other than Mr. Drummer Boy himself, Drummer Boy. What up, sir? How you doing? How's your week?
I'm doing good. Week was mostly anime music and trying to figure out what makes things sound anime.
Hatsune Miku.
No, you've learned a lot of stuff. I've learned a lot of stuff. I learned a lot about the Japanese chordal system and how it's different from the Western chordal system and how that makes everything sound anime. So now I can make anime pretty much anything.
Really? Can you make anime jazz music?
Yeah. Have you ever heard Persona?
That's what you call anime jazz music?
Not really, but like a lot of their stuff, it already has like 7th and 9th chords in it. Mm-hmm. So it's already almost jazz. Just need to change the instruments and you're good.
Every single time I listen to you, man, your introductions, I learn something about music because I know nothing about music. So everything is an enlightening experience, and I thank you for that. But so you just been working on the anime one? Like, what are you going to call it? Oh, what are you going to call it?
I finally finished it. I just named it the anime song because it's supposed to be flexible enough to fit a whole bunch of things.
What about like the village hidden in the leaves? Or like, the power of the fist. Or something stupid like that.
Power of the fist.
Yeah. Companionship.
I'm your sister's brother's dog's second cousin's uncle. That's why we're friends or enemies. We're both.
Man, what type of anime are you watching? Let me fucking get in on that.
The only anime I've like really actually like finished all the way from beginning to end was like not too many. Like the first Attack on Titan, and then Eureka 7 was pretty good. Way back. Other than that, I haven't really watched that much anime. That's why I'm like trying to figure out what makes things sound anime, because it has a sound. You just can't like put the actual chords and like the mechanics of it together. So now I did.
Boulevard of Broken Segoi.
Oh my gosh. I've also been watching a ton of videos on John Williams' orchestral stuff so I can write convincing horn and brass theme for this show.
Oh shit, dude, you doing it? Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna do it. It might take a couple weeks because I got some work to get out of the way first. But
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones adventure pulp kind of knockoff.
Yeah. So if you want to get your hands on that, it'll be available when it's done. It'll be available on my Patreon at the $1 tier. So just have at it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I don't know. It sounds like there's a toddler trying to break out of prison in your house, drummer. So, like, I'm not sure what that is.
That's the heat pipes on my ceiling. I live in a basement apartment. I have no control over my temperature.
Wow.
So I get heat from the pipes on the ceiling.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a 100-year-old house, though. So it's pretty neat.
Shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. I live in an old billiards room. That's why there's a curved wall behind me.
Whoa, really? That's curved?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And that's why I face my speakers at that, so there's no parallel walls, so there's no standing waves, so I can mix better. It's actually pretty cool. It's actually one of the reasons I actually got this place.
Yo, that round room I want in.
Yeah, there's a freaking curved wall. I don't have to put up any acoustic treatment because there's no parallel walls. That's great.
So wait, if you're saying if I knock down this wall and put in a curved one, my acoustics will sound better? Or
Well,
maybe this
yeah,
one in
but
front of me? I don't know.
all you'd have to do is put like anything to break up a flat surface will help, as long as it's not like a flat surface against a flat surface, because then you get like bouncing waves going from this one to this one to this one. And they just like build up in certain areas.
Okay, yeah, I need to do that. I'm always scared about the renters agreement. Whatever, doesn't matter.
But we can talk about it later. I'm actually writing a blog post about how to make shitty rooms sound good on a budget. So
Fuck yeah, man. Sheepdog Gaming, Daddy Doodoo. What up, sir? How's your week been?
Not bad. It's been hectic. I've
Yeah.
been playing a lot of Total War 2. Total War Warhammer 2.
So
Been playing a lot of Warhammer 2.
yeah, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What's your favorite race? Of the game?
White
Yeah,
guys. I like white guys.
I mean, you're the only person on the fucking face of the planet who would be like, I'm gonna make that joke right here.
No, Doc would make that joke. Yeah.
I mean, you two are like, imagine if you were born of a beard and that beard was cut in half, and then you two like spawned from either side of the beard. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you're almost the same person.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I love the Skaven.
I'm not sure
man.
who should be more insulted by that.
I'll let you decide. Who got the biggest slice of the beard? That's the real question.
Well, I shaved like a couple of days ago. And it grew back. Like, it wasn't that long ago. I was on, was it on Void Barons? Or was it on, I think it was on Omen. And I had just a mustache. And now the beard's...
That's true. You're a disgusting human being that your beard can grow at the speed of light. Like, it makes no sense.
I can't explain it. But yeah, no, I love the Skaven. The Skaven are...
They're the rat dudes, yeah?
Yeah, they're just hilarious as a race in Warhammer. Their faction mechanic is that they spread corruption that hurts everyone, including themselves.
Yeah. They must have cheap units then.
Fucking yeah! Like, there have been times playing against the Skaven, like when I'm like Lizardmen or something, where I've destroyed 2 full stacks of their armies, and then like a turn later they come back with 3 stacks. So they're rats. They're humanoid rats who breed like
rats.
Humanoid rats, and yeah. They actually have a unit that the descriptor for the unit is meat shield. And there's no morale hit if they get killed or run away. Like, no one cares. So that's what their army's like. A legitimate tactic actually is to charge your cheap units into the enemy and then cover them with basically flamethrowers, killing both sides. That's what the devs said was a legitimate tactic for the army. So, that's Skaven. I also been playing the Guild 3.
That city building game, yeah?
No. The Guild 3 is like a medieval merchant simulator.
Fucking fascinating.
Yeah, I played a lot of the Guild 2, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really fun game, and it's really nice that they've made the exact same game again in the sequel.
Oh, I mean, like, why fix something that isn't broken?
I mean, it's really broken, which is a problem.
I stand by my statement. Okay, jeez.
Yeah, it's like the Guild 2 was. I killed Graham. The Guild 2 was already broken but fun, and now the Guild 3 is the exact same game, still broken, and in early access. So, yay!
All right, Noel, aka Jordan, what up, my man? How you doing? How's your week been?
Week's been good. Out of game, mostly playing Destiny with my wife. We are terrible at it, but sticking with it.
Yep.
And in game, ready to throw my frail occultist body against the Nazi menace.
Oh, fuck yeah. Anyone who's willing to throw their frail body onto the pit fire that is Nazi war machine, super in. I believe you're a little bit quiet. Are you able to pull your mic closer or something?
Absolutely, yeah. Was trying to avoid a nostril noise.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yep, much better. Much better.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Anything else you've been doing?
Well, we're working on an unannounced game at Question, our second indie title, and so unfortunately not much I can say there other than it is spooky.
Ooh.
And it's October, so if I could tell you anything about it, it would be terrifying.
Ooh.
Outside of that, yeah, it's pretty one-track life. Like, you know, I don't stream or anything like that. Dice with Death. My D&D show is like the actual campaign is done, and I'm just releasing episodes on YouTube. So relative to y'all with the live streaming world, I'm pretty friggin' boring.
Oh.
You know.
Well, let's put that aside and pretend that you're an amazing cultist for one night. There we go.
Do that.
Yeah. Doc, my man, what up? How's the motherland?
Yo, it's fucking hot.
Yeah, I bet it is. We're gonna go for a honeymoon there, like in like 36 days or something like that. And I don't think the missus is ready. I don't think she's ever going to be ready for Australia. Like,
Are you going to like Victoria or something?
we're
'Cause
going to
there's some
South
nice
Australia.
places. Yeah, that'll be all right. There's some nice places down there, and it's usually cool. Ish. Sometimes. Well, no.
No.
It's know what it is.
It's fucking farming country. It's going to be disgusting. So, yeah. What have you been up to, man?
It's pretty though. So, not a huge amount. I've got family visiting, so mostly been desperately trying to keep glitter out of my house.
Glitter?
My aunt is a craft freak,
Oh
and
my
I don't
God.
allow glitter in the house. And it gets into everything. It gets into the carpet. It gets into the couch. It doesn't go away.
What the
it's
fuck
like
do you-
if you
okay.
buy glitter and you come to my house, you leave it at the front door. Doesn't.
What? Okay. What do you put on? What do you put glitter on that makes it better?
I don't fucking know. Everything.
Like,
Everything gets glitter on it.
yeah, but okay. If you were crafting, if you were building something, maybe this is a question for Graham. Graham, maybe you can slide in on this one. You've built something. You're like, nice. You know what that needs? Glitter. Does that ever go through your mind at all? Like, didn't think so.
Maybe something with like epoxy where you've got some LEDs inside it and you're trying to do like a mystic ball sort of thing. You could possibly, but then that's sealed inside something. It doesn't get everywhere.
Use aluminum foil.
Damn. There you go.
I mean, there are all those paint jobs on like guitars and cars that have like the flakes in it, so when the sun hits it, it's all like illuminated and shit. But
Yeah, but that's like paint, right? That's actual paint. It's not like they put glitter on the top of it after the paint was wet and it's like
no, but like
done.
the flecks of metal are in the paint, so that's like
Yeah.
maybe that's like the only thing I could justify
But
glitter
again,
being a thing.
that wouldn't come into my fucking house.
No.
Fuzzy says vaginas.
I
don't know about that, Fuzzy.
I'm just thinking of like the lip gloss with glitter in it now, and yeah. I've been playing a pretty fun little game. You'd probably like it, maybe. It's called Demon. It's on itch.io. It's a roguelike Shin Megami Tensei game.
The fuck? So what, it uses
imagine-
the persona things? And...
No, you're just like you're the summoner, and you like find this relic and get dumped into a tower, and it's like, hey, this place is full of demons. Go fuck them up. And you can just like go through and you can encounter the demons and you like negotiate with them and recruit them, and it's all in like 2D procedurally generated map. It's surprisingly fun.
Yeah, let's look it
It's
up.
very basic still, but it's pretty good. That's something new I've been doing this week.
Okay, cool. Oh, it's made by Ferret? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no worries, yeah. I'm familiar with his work. Okay, nice, perfect. Well, Graham, last but not least, let's hear from you, man. What have you been up to?
Still trying to make that drift globe.
Oh,
So
the floating thing, yeah.
basically decided to release a video a week, basically whether it was done or not. So it's part one, where I accidentally dropped and broke the metal globe or the glass globe. So yeah, I know it was very sad. But in any case, it's allowed me an opportunity to go to the store and like get something that would really work as opposed to something I just happen to have.
Yep.
So that's good, I guess. So that's happening. Other than that, video games are bad. And you shouldn't play them because they're bad.
Yeah, they ruin the children's futures.
You should just play Dungeons and Dragons because
It puts you one step closer to the devil, right? That's how that works.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, shit. Last time that we played this game, adventurous gentlemen had made their way into I guess not the outskirts of Jerusalem, but you made your way over to I can pull it up. El Remel, which is a town about I don't know, 45 kilometers away as the crows fly from Jerusalem. And you managed to, I guess, sort of decode the journal of Sir Wesley, a man whom you've recently found out has been and adventured in the Hollow Earth with his friend, I think it was Damien that I called him. I don't know. Let me just check. Daniel Mercer, sorry, that was his name. And Daniel Mercer was also the man who basically gave you all the instructions to board the Nazi U-boat and find out what exactly they knew. Graham, you in the back.
Can I spend XP?
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, we'll do that in just a minute. Let me finish my exposition, then we'll go through it. And because of that, you guys have learned not only do you have something interesting about your blood, but your companion, Amago Gideon, also has the power to see psychic vibrations, I guess would be the best way to put it. With this information, you sent a telegram to Daniel Mercer stating that, what up, dude? How's it going? We're here now. Come give us a MacGuffin. So he might show up sometime this episode. And you guys all boarded a train to head to J-Town. So we'll see how that goes. Let's spend some XP, boys. Who wants to expand their horizons? I guess that's what experience points means, right? Who wants to experience something permanent in their character? All right, Graham. Yes,
maybe Graham does.
What would you
I'm
like?
gonna spend all 10 of my XP to take my strength from 1 to 2.
Yeah, no, that works. Attribute level is 5 times new level.
Yeah,
So yeah,
new score times 5.
So you're starting from 1 to 2. Okay, yeah, that's 10. Perfect. Anyone else?
I want to know, I know in the book it says taking a specialization is 3 points. What about the second level?
It's 3 times
still-
2.
So 6 points?
Mhm.
Cool. I want to get my second level in Firearms Archaic.
Ooh, there you go. So whenever you shoot a gun, that is considered archaic. Not only will your 10s explode, but you'll reduce the difficulty level of firing it. So combat by default is always 5. So you'll be rolling at dice 4 to do combat. So
I'm going to fucking blow shit up.
nice. Good man. Anyone else?
So should I just like mark
Just
that with a
double
second
asterisk.
asterisk or
Yeah,
something?
double asterisk. Yep. just in the name of the actual firearm. That way,
Yeah.
when you roll it, not the firearm, the skill. That way, when you roll it,
Yeah.
we can see that it's double asterisk. So, anyone else?
I'm saving up. I think I only have 5 right now, so I've got a while to go.
So
Yep. All right. Cool. And drummer, you thinking about what are you guys thinking about purchasing? Can I get an idea?
I've only got 5 right now, but I'm thinking about doing more history stuff.
Ooh, like getting an extra specialization.
Either a specialization or like another skill in like odd history. Like there's like the main track history of like this is what we know about the world, and then there's another history that's like this is what we think about like how the ancient Egyptians built the stuff and like all the weird bullshit conspiracy theories that happened through history.
Okay.
Because that feels like
So
something that would
what would
be
you call
helpful.
that? What would you call that? Like religion?
There was one.
Got him.
Sure.
Got him.
Wow. Ice cold.
I mean, if you could probably just go with something like historical myth or something.
Yeah, probably myth and legend.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's I'd accept that naming, 100%. I mean, think about it. Like, if you step into Hollow Earth, which you eventually will in this game, it'll be like, shit, dude.
Oh, there's the
Everything-
Holy Grail.
There's all these legends that I forgot to mention. I'm an expert in them, so.
Well, like being like a historian, you kind of like glaze over this stuff because like, yeah, whatever. But like, I've probably read some of it.
Yeah.
So
Here's the thing, though. From what I've read about, religion and stuff like that in the past couple of days preparing for this episode, there is a lot of fucking myths that people just take for granted as actual verbatim in religion.
and a lot of it is like, if I wanted to fork in like a religion thing, it would probably be like art poetry
Yeah. Yes.
because a lot of them,
Yes.
a lot of those things are written in poetic forms. So.
Yes, I agree. Like the myth of the MacGuffin that you guys are going to get today is like, what? Yeah. So, sorry, you might get a MacGuffin today. I don't know what you're talking about. What about you, Sheet? What are you thinking of getting?
probably either a buff to Woodbury or.
Oh, another
something-
level to Woodbury.
Mm.
Interesting. That is. Let me check. What would that cost you actually?
So if old Charlie ends up being useless and dying, are you just going to take over Woodbury as your character? Is that what's going to happen?
I mean, you could.
I mean, at this point, he's basically a PC.
I mean, I like to think of that new Blizzard MOBA, and you got the
Sure.
Viking characters, and there's like 3 people.
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the Viking.
I like to
They're
think
literally
of
just called the Viking.
Sheepy's character is basically just 2 people that like have a string attached to them that are just like it's a little far out from each other. So
Yeah.
so you got, what was it called? You got a follower, right? Was it a follower?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So resources 3, I think you'd get because you got 2, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, resources 3 is. I guess it'd just be another. Wait, is it just straight flat 15 points? That makes no fucking sense.
No, I think it's 45.
Yeah.
But that would be from 0 to 3. If he's already at, what's he at right now? 1 or 2?
Yeah, with this particular resource though, like it's a follower, so you can actually pay to get the same follower increased. Buying a resource more than once increases your number of followers you increases the number of followers your character has, or improves their experience level. You may gain 2 inexperienced followers or 1 skilled follower, or improve 2 followers each time you purchase this resource. So you can have like another boy, like just a young boy that follows you around and increase.
Is that for my next? For the next.
So followers 3, you get. Is it? You got followers? Is it followers?
I'm pretty sure it is followers.
You didn't
yeah.
write it fucking down. Come on, man. I'm not gonna play all your characters.
I only have.
You only have 2, yeah. Each time you purchase a skill, a typical follower has 9 attributes. Improved followers gain +3 attributes and +5 skill points, and 1 talent or resource for each level.
Yeah,
that's really strong. That's really strong. I'm not gonna let you have 3 followers though. That seems like
no,
especially
no.
since I'm doing everything for you with Woodbury as it is right now.
You're not doing everything. I leveled him up and everything.
That's true. That's true. All right. And what about you, Jordan? What are you thinking your character level is going to be upgrade?
Well, it's probably going to be a while. I'm thinking that Dr. Gideon needs headstrong, where
a trait, okay, or a talent.
A talent, yeah. Where for his stun rating, it lets him involve his willpower, which is way better than his body.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of defensive, but like stun seems, relative to all the games I've played, stun seems like a brutal mechanic. So I'm just like, okay, respect.
Yes. Well, it's not as. I don't think it's as bad as it is in Cyberpunk, but I think stun is pretty important in this one. Let me just double check what stun actually does, because I don't think I've used it up until now.
Yeah, I mean, cut to like a couple hours ago when I was reading it, and I'm just like,
oh
shit. my guy is so frail. That's all I can think about is how frail he is.
Alright, stun. If your character has more damage in one blow and his stun rating, he's stunned and loses his next action. Got him. Alright, shit.
Is that it? Just flat loses their next action.
Effects of damage, yeah. So if you take more damage than your stun rating in a turn, you're knocked out for the next turn. Alright, I'll start using that.
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. That's why I was like, don't call on me, teacher.
Oh wow! And if your damage takes more damage in one blow than double his stun rating, he's knocked out for 1 minute. Okay. Oh wow! They have a lot of
that would kill us.
They have a lot of interesting things in here. Like for example, if you take more damage in one blow than your strength rating, which I believe for a lot of you is like 1, you'd get knocked back. Like if someone punches you and you take 2 damage, you'd be pushed backwards, which is interesting.
I have 2.
Okay, cool. All right, let's. What about Graham? You said you. Oh no, you bought something this week. Yeah, cool. We're good. All right. So you guys. We rejoin our crew. From the perspective of Charles, who's in a barrel. And the train starts to wiggle. You know, it starts to do that thing where it like goes back and forth until it picks up momentum. So you're in a barrel, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's a long way to J-Town.
I mean, I'm in a barrel. I'm scrunched up and did you guys cut me an eye hole or something?
No, yeah. There's like the stereotypical like cork in the that you can push out. So
I'm pushing out instantly, pushing it out and just like looking out.
You see another barrel.
There's more than one barrel. I'm pretty sure there's stacks of barrel.
Yeah.
And I'm stacked on top of Woodbury, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But there's also barrels around you. So and your eye hole does nothing. But you see.
But it lets me see out.
Yes, but
it lets you see out 2 inches to the barrel next to you.
Yeah.
That thing where you stand up and your feet come through the bottom and you can walk around, and then when somebody walks by, you just squat down.
Am I going?
You put your feet. You stand up. Your feet go into Woodbury's barrel.
Am I going off Snake on this train? Just like trying to make my way to the end.
I mean, you could just fucking get out of the barrel. I mean, like what I'm saying is, you're capable of leaving the barrel at any point that you want. Right? You're not gonna struggle. Unless your strength is 1. Is your strength 1?
2.
Okay. You won't struggle. Because, that is normal human being strength. So...
Well, I did agree to stay in the barrel. during this trip
Sure.
because obviously we're going to be obviously at some point there's some checkpoint or something. We're going to be searched.
What is
So
your
I'd say,
willpower rating?
It's actually quite hard. Oh no, it's not. It's 2.
Okay. I'll check back in every once in a while to see how you're doing with
I
boredom.
was actually going to say in about an hour I'll get out of the barrel.
In about an hour? Okay, there you
In
go.
about an hour. Yeah. Hour into the trip, I'm like, I've completely
It's
forgotten
tea
that I
time.
agreed to stay in. I want my tea and
Yep.
my biscuit.
Yep. Okay,
Sorry.
cool. Well, now that we've verified your intent, let's go to the other companions who have their own compartment, I believe, was the plan. Little caboose part. But what's the plan here, guys? You've got I don't know, maybe like 8-9 hours before you arrive.
Well, I don't know. We're 0 for 1 on trains.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I mean, it is a very volatile area right now, and there have been a lot of attempted train robbings. Not so much robbings, but just like ambushes.
Blowing up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there a luggage shelf?
Oh yeah, no, it's a standard train compartment. You got like maybe 6 seats in your train compartment, with shelves above you for your containers and luggage. So anything that you brought on is in the compartment with you. It's not in a separate thing. You've also got like a little bin and a little table with a window.
Having
You can also draw the curtains if you want privacy as well. So
I take my belt and I have somebody help me wrap it around my wrist. I throw it over the luggage rail, and I have I don't know, Gideon, do you want to help me?
you got to do pull-ups. Is that what you're doing?
You have to hold it. It's
No,
just,
but when you throw your belt over the rail, Gideon says, "Dark thoughts."
Yeah, my mind went to noose as well. So like,
no, I basically just need to be able to look at my wrist like this, okay? And I can't hold it up and work on it at the same time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going to basically with my teeth pull out my penknife.
Mm.
I'm going to basically fillet a little sliver of my epidermal layer. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to pull out my, undo all that.
Yeah.
Pull out my surgeon's kit, and I'm going to continue the experiment I was working on before I left.
Which was what?
With my regenerative serum, of course.
Oh, interesting. And how much?
My sample has since dried out, so I've had to harvest a new one.
How much of this work have you been completing? Like, do you have like a series of journals with you? Like, how are you keeping track of your experiments?
I don't know. I don't really like journal.
I mean, back in the maybe you spent like, I don't know. Do they have tape recorders in 1936? I'm pretty sure they would. Like maybe like a really big one with like a microphone or something, and you
Like
play
a reel-to-reel sort of thing.
Yeah, like a reel-to-reel thing, and maybe you're doing like a voice recording or something like that. Like that's what I mean. Like considering you have one hand, I imagine like recording your voice is actually probably a lot easier than writing.
No. I have in my doctor's bag, I have a small case. It looks like a miniature suitcase. It's about this big.
Yep.
And in the suitcase is a number of test tubes with corks on them, and they're all basically failed attempts. But it is a pattern. To me looking at that is my journal. It is a number of experiments that are either
Okay.
yes, this is a good way to go, or no, this is not a good way to go, and that is my way of keeping track of stuff. So my sample has since dried out a long time ago, so I've had to harvest a new one for myself just now.
Mhm.
And I realized when I was doing that I've gotten 1 point stronger. Oh, how about that?
You like see like muscles forming, like, huh?
Like yeah,
Maybe the regenerative serum is working.
basically what I'm doing is spending the time in quiet contemplation of my own work.
Okay.
Understanding that I can't really contribute much at this moment, unless somebody asks me something.
So with this particular experiment that you're doing, I really like it. I want to give you a style point for it, but I'm also going to say that you've kind of hit like a plateau, right, in your experimenting. Like there is a certain level you've gotten to, and you just can't overcome this hurdle. Whatever it is in your mind, like maybe you can elaborate on it, but there is no like anything you try, it seems to just not work anymore. Like you've gotten real close, but you haven't gotten to the magical part.
Here's my thinking: with our proximity to accomplishing our goal, and my theoretical goal, I need to prep I need to prep several samples for eventual experiments that I'm going to have to do, or I assume I'm going to have to do in the field.
Yeah, you mean in Hollow Earth? Yeah. So that's the other thing that I was going to mention as well. Like, mechanically wise, this plateau you're in, you won't overcome it until you get to Hollow Earth. Like, you just won't be able to do that. Due to the natural regenerative properties of being in the Hollow Earth, that's just how it goes. So,
hence my motivation.
Yeah, hence your motivation. Yes. What about everyone else? What's the intent here for the next 9 hours or so?
I think I probably would have seen that freaky shit going on with a man cutting on himself, and I'm probably going to get up and walk to the back of the train and maybe just like casually look in each of the compartments as I go, just
making sure there's no Nazis, no Aryan people.
Basically, yeah. I'm gonna just do a quick patrol of the train.
This looks like this might actually be a perception thing.
Okay.
So let me just pull up a page here so I can see what it is that you need to roll.
If investigation's better, that's
yes. Yes. Do you have investigation?
I do not.
Okay, so this will be perception with a -2. -2 dice. Actually, no, the secondary attributes don't roll twice, so this will just be straight perception then, I guess.
Okay.
Difficulty, let's put it at a 6. Okay, yeah. I mean, you walk around, you look into each of the compartments. It's not like people are stopping you from looking in the compartments, but you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to be going down and like opening the door and sticking my head in. Just walk past, look in the window, go to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, like for the most part, it seems like just ordinary passengers. I mean, there's an awful lot of British people on this line, but other than that, Caucasians, I guess I should say.
Maybe as I go through the cargo carts, I like knock on each of the barrels as I walk past, quite handily.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's his. I'm just gonna bang on all of them.
Probably the wibbling one.
The one that yelps when I bang on it.
Yeah. There's several that actually yelp when you knock on it. Not really. All right, so yeah.
It's a pulp adventure, so there's like 20 different people being smuggled.
Yeah, I would imagine all the barrels are actually just like, I like the idea that we the train starts moving, then like 20 corks just go and just pop out of all the barrels, and like you just see like cartoon eyes sticking through them. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're at the back having a smoke for 9 hours straight. No, you're not. All right. What is everyone else doing in this interim while you're exploring the train?
Probably, it's been a crazy, like it's been a gunfight. I don't know if I like slept yet.
Ooh, yeah.
Like probably just like sleeping in the train, just trying to.
We probably slept in the desert when we were walking, because that took us like 3 days, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Probably slept during the day, most likely. Like you probably found like a rock or something like that and slept under while you were walking. So, I mean,
but if it's also 8 or 9 hours, probably just gonna kill time by trying to sleep.
Yeah, or maybe might be a suggestion here. Go to the cart and try and get a cup of coffee. I don't know how much coffee you enjoy, but something you haven't had in a while is a home cooked meal, for example.
Maybe I was trying to sleep until like Solomon like
you just hear you hear like the sound of like flesh like going.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm hungry
worry
for
about
steak.
I feel
Suddenly hungry.
I feel like Solomon eats his scabs. I don't know why.
Medicinal.
Okay, so you're gonna go get up and walk away too.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna grab coffee or like go to the dining car and see what's there.
If you happen to see if there's like a gun cart or something, I'm looking for another gun.
Yeah.
The gun
Another
lady's
gun?
coming past with her trolley.
The gun.
We're going into a war zone, gentlemen. Would you like a firearm?
Pistols, rifles, derringers.
You either get like a free package of peanuts, a movie, or a book, or a rifle.
Yeah, it's like the idea is like, here's your peanuts, sir, and here's your complimentary Bowie knife to open it with.
Wait, did you lose your gun?
No, I have 2 strike now, so I can handle a better pistol.
Oh, you still
yeah.
have that Luger, unless you threw that away. No, you threw that away, didn't you, Doc?
Oh yeah, no, I threw that away as soon as I got my
Yeah,
blunderbuss
so
back.
we need to find me like a 32 or something.
Okay.
That's got better range because the double Derringer only has 10-foot range and it only holds 2 bullets, so it's wasted. Now it's not efficient.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, the last person that we need to talk to, I guess, is Gideon.
Dr. Gideon is far from sleepy. Like, the sort of impression that he got of this group of people was so strong and, like you said, unprecedented in his lifetime. And so he was kind of pacing around waiting for Francis to wake up so that they can get back to reading about Atlantis and using the codec on Wesley's journal, now this sort of guide to Hollow Earth that we found. But when Dejarius starts cutting on himself, he gets very interested and comes pretty close, and you get kind of like a pair of accidental surgical mirrors, which might even be of some use as he gets really close and watches, and he says, "Have you seen different results with your flesh versus that of another?"
You have.
Yeah. So, well, I asked him if I can have some of his.
He volunteers an ambiguously brown, tannish, thin arm, and he tries to give you the same whatever section that you cut off, not knowing much about surgery and assuming that was the smart move. He doesn't know if, for example, you've already taken all the skin that's hidden by your clothes. But he, it's just sort of like, he seems like he is out of body almost, and so interested in what you're doing that like there isn't even a second thought. It's like, sure.
Yeah, I'm basically, all I'm doing right now is putting it in a salt, basically a brine, to attempt to keep it hydrated long enough. But I'm looking for basically 10 samples, and if they have to all come from me, then fine. But presumably, I'm going to start taking samples from like dead people or anybody we find or anything like that. But right now I have me and Gideon, and I'll wait for Francis to fall asleep, I guess.
You wait for the British people to die in the barrels, and then you can take their
Something like that.
Yeah.
Just,
You could just go in with a sample probe and stab it into the barrel.
Any homeless people, invalids, degenerates, whatever.
Yeah.
Lepers.
Lepers, yeah. But yeah,
You don't have to try hard. Just follow them. Something will fall off.
Graham, your experiments have bared more fruit with your own skin than any of your accessories has. So, yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. Whether that's due to your your maintenance of your own skin or some unearthly power that you're not aware of, it's hard to tell. Okay, great. Well, you guys all chug along for a couple of hours. We get a montage of Gideon's skin being removed. I imagine it's a fairly painful experience.
It's not a lot. It's like an inch by an inch.
So it's like almost like getting a tattoo, I guess. in some weird way, which I'm sure you're aware of. You've got plenty of tattoos on your body as it is. Except it's probably hurts more in the healing process than it does in the removal process, I imagine. It's kind of like when you get a graze on your arm. But yeah, you guys trug along.
I break out the barrel.
Yep. We just get a scene. You just going, bah!
Did anybody hear that?
And I also break Woodbury out as well. And
you find that hard to do because he's under barrels.
he's under my barrel.
He's under barrels,
Oh,
not
he's
just
under
your
barrels.
barrel. Yeah.
Fast asleep.
Well, bugger it then. Sit tight, Woodbury. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Woodbury, break yourself out.
If you...
I'll work on it, sir.
So, I'm going off to explore the train.
Sure.
I am under the impression that for some reason I have to hide. So I'm going to keep an eye out for a disguise.
You still have Lawrence of Arabia getup that I put on.
I do
you.
still, but I get the impression from the looks people are giving me, that's fairly conspicuous and it's not a very good disguise. So I'm going to keep an eye out for a disguise.
All right.
We never
yeah.
actually rolled for it, but I'm actually really good with disguise. So,
Interesting.
but I didn't do anything special with your face. It was just the clothes. You were asleep.
All right. Do you have 2 style points?
I'm sure I have some style points.
Have you not been keeping
That's-
track?
Sorry, that's Woodbury. I do have 2 style points, yes.
Okay. Jesus, dude.
I have 2 sheets. I didn't look at the name. Sorry.
All right.
Woodbury
I'll tell you
has
what.
no style.
Here's what I will allow to happen.
Okay.
If you spend 2 style points, you will walk past a cabin, like a personal cabin. Inside of it is a magician who is sleeping, surrounded by those really big clothing trunks.
Could I get one of those Dancer of the Night style, like, you know?
I tell
belly
you what,
dancer
you
outfit?
can get whatever you like from there. The style points allow this to exist, but you still have to steal it.
Okay.
Or convince him to give it to you.
I am pretty charming.
So spending the 2 style points will allow you to have whatever disguise your feeble little British mind can come up with.
Are you talking about me or about Charles there?
Charles.
Yes.
British mind.
But yes. Yes.
I think Charles would wander in and wake the chap up and be like, "Hello, old man."
So you're spending the 2 style points?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Perfect. Go ahead.
I was wondering if I could.
What the devil? What? Why would you wake a man up in his own cabin? What is wrong with you, man?
Well, I just walking past and I saw you had a big case full of.
Do you walk past a person's home and stick your head in and go, I couldn't help but notice you had a home here. I wish
Yes.
to investigate its belongings. What is
Yes.
wrong with you, man?
I have indeed done that.
Are you one of them alcoholics?
No, well, I'll have a little tipple every now and then just around Christmas, but it's not like I always.
He'll like check his watch and be like, I don't believe it's Christmas. Are you drunk?
No, absolutely not. I'm on duty.
Oh, you're a man of the king. I forget.
King,
it's king.
yes. Yes, I do work for the king.
Well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Francis the Great. And he like stands up and bows. He like does the cape bow, because he's got a cape on.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, now, what is it that you wake me for, man of the king?
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. What was his name?
Francis the Great.
Francis, of course. Francis the Great. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Please
Lord,
call me Mr. Great.
Mr. Great, of course. Yes, Lord Charles Cromwell Abernathy at your service, agent of the king.
He'll take your hand and kiss it.
That was just marvelous. I'm just while he's taking it up to kiss it, I'm just still shaking. Like
He's like, now what is it you wake me for? Be quick about it.
I was just hoping that I could borrow an outfit. It's official crown business, you see. Is he part of the British Empire, or is this just like?
I mean, you can't tell. You can't tell, right?
Yeah.
He's a magician. He could be from anywhere.
Yeah.
His race is magician.
His race is ambiguous.
I just assume everyone works for the crown. It's fine.
You know this. I'm gonna write this guy down. He's gonna keep coming back. I like this guy.
You're getting your Orson Welles on.
Yeah. Francis the Great. All right. Magician. Okay. Yeah. He looks you up and down. And is like, well, the king can pay. Then can he not?
Absolutely. Send him receipts.
Like, no, that won't do. You see, I'm going into warfare, and I need all the monetary things I can get. I'm not familiar with the currency of this land. Perhaps you are.
Absolutely not. I'm not even entirely sure which land we're in at the moment.
Why? We're in... I have actually
Africa
know it.
right?
Yes, I do believe it is Africa.
I've been to Africa before. It's all the same. It's either sandy or jungly.
You see, I was performing on a great cruise ship, and I somehow have ended up on this train.
Was it a shipwreck?
What the devil? No. How would I be on this train with all my belongings if everything was on the bottom of the ocean?
Maybe you got shipwrecked against the land.
We call that making land, sir.
Well, I'm not an expert on boats.
I can tell.
Anyway, you wanted money, yes?
Yes. I will gladly take currency in exchange for one of my many ravishing, delicious costumes.
Wonderful. I'm not sure how much money I have, and I think Woodbury has my money anyway.
Well, how much?
There's a man in a barrel back there who has all my money. So how about I take the costume and you can go back and talk to him?
How much money do you actually have? Because he'll take like $10 for a costume, which is a fuckload of money, but like,
It's also pretty good considering the cost of clothing.
He also needs, like, he's probably like in dire straits, as they say. So he will take $10 for a costume. You started with 100. So
I'm pretty sure it's about $40.
Really, you have a gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were cheap.
What were your gun?
I've got a Webley.
A Webley. Mm-hmm.
$35, and then a cane sword. Mm-hmm. I have a cane, by the way. Guys.
Yep.
Don't know. Which is $10, and then some ammo for the Webley, which comes to about $9. I'm bad at maths. But
so you're about $20. So yeah. Okay, we'll just say you have 20, right?
Okay, let's say we have 20.
Just write it down. Make sure that this doesn't come up again, because you're going to be spending on things. There's a space for money where you can put it in down the bottom.
Yes.
So he will.
So if I have $20, I'm going to give him $20.
You're going to get 2 costumes?
No, just going to give him $20. Here's $20, old chap.
I feel like he doesn't know the value of $1. He's just like, here, these are money, take them.
Yeah.
Very well. You can take some of my exquisite costumes. And he was about to open up one chest, but then he like closes it and he opens up a smaller chest that has much more rhinestone infused costumes, stage costumes, as you will.
So could I get a kind of like very very loud, very obviously performery outfit of just like a magician would wear on stage, except for a bit more flashy for me.
You want like
Something with glitter on it.
yes.
Yeah, glitter and like very very sparkly.
Okay, but what about the costume part of it? Like the disguise part of it? What would you like the disguise to
fake
actually be?
mustache.
Don't you have a mustache?
No.
Okay.
He's gonna stick it over them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fake mustache. Fake eyebrows.
A monocle.
And a monocle. All right.
Yeah.
So you look like
I look exactly the same except
Top
for the
hat?
mustache.
Top
No,
hat?
no,
No?
no.
cape.
And I would also like to take an female assistant outfit for Woodbury.
Oh God, he is Kiff.
I mean, he won't wear a female assistant costume. So
He will.
look, man, I'm playing that character. I'm telling you right now, he won't.
He will.
No, he won't.
I was spend another style point.
No, I'm not gonna allow that. You can give him like a similar costume to your own if you want, and he can be as outlandish as you, but he can't be wearing like you got to understand like cross dressing in this
He would
time and
probably
age.
get shot.
He would get shot like straight up like
Well, no, but
especially
everyone will think he's a woman. That's how it works in Pulp.
no he
Dress up as a woman, everyone thinks you're a woman and flirts with you. I've seen TV, I know this. And
No,
I want
I'm
it to
sorry.
happen, Henley. I want it to happen.
All right, then. If your character gets, if Woodbury gets killed because of this, then you know it's on you.
It's fine. It's fine if it's not allowed. It's not allowed.
I mean, it is, but I'm saving you the problem of him getting like accosted by Arabic men and strung up. So, just letting you know that is a thing that will happen.
Are we talking like one of those things with like the veil so it covers his face? And
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Something like
can't
that.
really tell that he's a woman until
Yes,
it's
but
too late.
it's still like a religious thing.
Very
like,
risky.
Yeah. So I don't want to fuck with it too much, and I'd prefer it if you wouldn't, because then it would have to go into Peachy Pixel playing this game with me territory where he, asks too much. Anyway, doesn't matter.
That's fine. It's fine. I'll gather some form of.
He looks like he would look like a jockey. Like a
Sounds good.
very fancy looking like horse rider, basically.
Sure. That sounds great.
And you would look like a magician with a cape, mustache, monocle, all that stuff.
Yeah. Do you have a wand?
I mean, you have a cane, so.
No, but I'd like a wand, like a magician.
Sure, yeah, fucking have a wand.
Sweet. Thank you.
Okay, great, done. All right, great. Now I'm gonna make something happen. Would anyone else
Is
like
it an explosion that kills us all, please?
No. Only.
Sorry about that.
Would anyone else like to do anything before, the plot happens?
By the time I get back to Woodbury, has he gotten out? Can I deck him out in his outfit?
What is his strength?
It
Because if it's less than 3, then the answer is no.
is 2.
Yeah, he won't be able to get out. Not without assistance. You would have to find someone to lift a barrel down off
I
of
could
him.
lift it down.
No, you
I
can't.
mean, conveniently, I am patrolling the train.
Yep.
Did we bump into each other?
Yes, you probably would have. You bump into a very regal-looking magician.
And I look at you, fully aware that you're supposed to be in disguise.
I'm in
and,
disguise.
clearly now not in disguise and very much attracting attention. I sigh, shake my head, and just keep walking.
The disguise worked, Charles. One of your companions didn't even recognize you.
Yeah. I'm just that good. Master of disguise. Basically James Bond before James Bond.
I like how you think that, and the side of your mustache peels down a little bit. Like. All right. Anyone else like to do anything before The
Can I-
sudden
can I-
and inevitable betrayal.
Can I have procured some hummus?
Oh fuck yeah! Like there's a food train, like coffee, hummus.
There's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
big tub of hummus in every room.
Look, man, I
Big
love
bowl
hummus,
of it.
so I'm gonna say that every opportunity there's food, there's hummus. So you know.
Yeah, after getting bandaged, Gideon will sort of like awkwardly trail Dejarius and get fed as well, you know.
Yeah,
kind
there's
of
about
like-
this is 4 hours deep into this train ride, basically. So
Yeah, so I think we're in the the dining car.
yep. What about you, Francis? Where would you be? You be with them?
I'd probably already be in the dining car. I've probably already sampled half of the food. That's
Yeah. I like the
So-
idea that you got a plate and you just sort of reading the journal. You just like just eating, reading. You know.
yeah, trying to make sure I don't get like hummus or like any sort of oil on the pages.
Using the
one
fork
thing-
to
I
turn
think
the
it-
page and your fingers to eat. Yeah.
If everybody was in the dining car eating and everything, the next pass through, I'd probably stop and sit with them for some coffee.
Yep. Meanwhile,
Because no one's going to be fucking themselves up while they're in there cutting on them and hanging the rafters.
Yeah, yeah. And wow, okay. And Charles, you're still in the back trying to take him off?
Yep.
Okay. Let's get a strength check from you. This will be 8.
I gave you an opportunity to ask me, but you just let me walk on by.
I mean, he
God,
needed to
I-
check his disguise, and it worked perfectly. Right?
So strength.
Strength, yeah, so strength will get doubled automatically, but then do you have any like athletics or any skills that's related to lifting? Nope. Okay,
No.
so this will be -2 on your dice, but it'll be difficulty. What was that?
Lifting skill.
Oh. I've strength 3. Just
Yeah, that's fine. So you'll be rolling 4 dice basically. So strength -2, difficulty. What I say 8? Yeah.
yeah.
You're trying to lift like full barrels of like
Other people.
yeah, other people. Okay, yeah, perfect. There you go. So you lift this fucking barrel. It's basically filled like it slops when you pick it up and it slops to one side and you don't drop it or nothing. It doesn't spill or anything like that. But you put it down and then Woodbury will lift his pothole style look out and be like, "Is it okay to come out, sir?"
Well, yeah, that's Woodbury. Please do.
So he'll make his way out. So everyone's at the same table, eating, talking, being merry, that sort of stuff. When the train will come to a screeching halt, and it'll take maybe a good 20 seconds to come to a halt. And you hear the sounds of the wheels, the scraping against the metal, that sort of sound. It comes to a halt, and then steam will blow out of the undercarriage of the train and all that sort of stuff. And the rest of the passengers, in the train car will maybe stick their head out, start looking around and stuff like that. But no one really has any idea what's going on.
I don't need an idea. I'm going for my rifle.
Okay.
I'm going straight back to the room because that's where my guns are, and I'm not making the same mistake twice.
Anyone else?
I look at Dejarius and Francis and just say, "It wasn't me this time." I start looking left and right.
I'll keep my cool. I'll just wait and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already reloaded my Derringer. It's in my bag. So
Yeah. Nice.
I'll grab hold of a steak knife or something just in case.
Do you do anything with the journal or anything like that? Do you try and put it in a place this is it could just be a routine stop, a check. It could just, but it seems like it was the train stopped suddenly, right? That's the only information that you guys have. So, but you can think whatever you want at this point.
I think I'd close it for sure. I don't know if I'd put it away until I know what's up.
Okay.
Maybe just slip it under a newspaper or something.
Yeah.
Quick, Woodbury. No time to explain. Put this on.
Yeah, he won't even argue with you. He'll just put it on.
Jolly good.
Anyway, so you gentlemen, at this point, just before we go to a break, you see that around the outside of the ship there will be some maybe about
ship?
Sorry, the train. You'll see like 4 or 5 in full regalia Nazi soldiers walking along the outside of the ship, just looking in windows and stuff like that. And you see the Commander Lurch that you guys were with on the U-boat make his way through the train car ahead of you. Like, you can look through the middle door of the train cars that connect the 2 trains together, and you see him with 2 other Nazi soldiers walking down the train back to where the compartments are, basically. So the food cart is like maybe about 3rd train car down, and the first one was like VIP rooms, and the second one is like the train car, and the next is like luggage, and then it'll be like personal spaces, cabins after that. And then in the back, just before you get to the end of the train, there'll be like, just non-cabin seating, essentially. So like economy, I guess you'd call it. But yeah, he's making his way down from the VIP section.
Which one of us is? Whom of us is facing that door?
Well, there's probably maybe an opportunity for 2, maybe even 3 of you to be looking in that direction.
I think I would be walking in the opposite direction, wouldn't I?
Right.
Yes. So maybe 2 other people other than Doc would be looking in that direction. I imagine maybe Francis and 1 other person might be the 2 people.
That's fine. For the sake of drama, I'll be facing my back to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume I'm still aware, and I'll say, basically, I make eye contact with Francis, and we kind of both know what's going on, but we don't look too conspicuous. And I'll say to him that, I'm not going to be too hard to pick out. So we need to think of something quick.
So yeah, I guess that's where we'll take our first break with that bombshell, and we'll come back to potentially either a diplomatic resolution or a When we last left off, our famous gentlemen adventurers were being accosted by a force of untoward Nazi army soldiers and their commander, who goes by the name of Commander Lurch, who was the same commander from the U-boat of previous episodes. He is about to enter the food cart. And for timing's sake, Doc, do you have... now, you didn't get to see any Nazi soldiers, correct?
No, as soon as there was a sign of trouble, I went to go and get my guns.
All right, for the sake of my understanding of the time frame of everything that's going on right now, you have about 4 carts to get through before you get to yours. So, are you rushing?
No, I'm not panicked. I'm just like, there might be trouble. I'm gonna go just get my guns.
Roger that.
Just
Okay.
kind of walking
Okay.
with purpose. We'll call it that.
All right. So, what do?
Well, I posed the question to Francis. What do we do?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he knows our faces.
Yeah, I tell Gideon just sit tight.
Yeah.
I don't remember what terms we left though.
Well,
What do you mean by
they-
terms? Like how much they liked you?
Yeah.
Well, they might have liked us, but when we left with 8 of their soldiers, and those 8 never returned.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like we can talk our way out of that. I say we just wait and see what happens.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna stash the journal then
Okay, where are you gonna put it?
in my bag.
Okay.
He's pretty much always got his like shoulder satchel bag thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon says, "You know these men."
For 6 months or something like that, we were on a submarine. Basically with them watching over us.
Mhm.
Thankfully, we managed to ditch their goons. But I guess they, when they will recognize us and they will question us. But just let us do the talking.
Mhm.
He nods, you think maybe a little gratefully, and then just sort of fades a couple of seats back behind you, sits down, tips the bolero.
Mm-hmm. Good. All right.
I think we might be like, if things are gonna get hot, we'll give you like the hand signal, just like maybe like a scratch of like a scratch at the right side of the head, because they don't know you, so you can like go try to do something stealthily. Because if we have to go loud, then we don't want to involve you in the middle of that.
Yeah. All right. So with that, the door opens with a loud bang as Commander Lurch strides into the room. He's got like his his Nazi cape jacket thing on, but he doesn't have his arms through the sleeves.
It's just over his shoulders.
It's just over his shoulders,
hanging.
yeah. And he's got like a little like gold chain that connects the two together, sort of thing.
He's like M. Bison on Casual Friday. It's
yes, bingo. That's exactly it. M. Bison is a perfect fucking descriptor for this man. He strides into the room with fucking with a purpose, and he strides right past your table, and then he puts up a finger, and he turns on his heel, and he looks at how many people at the table now? Just Francis and Solomon?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. He turns on a heel and he's like, "Gentlemen, it is good to see you again."
Oh, there you are.
He snaps his finger, and like a Nazi soldier like slings his he's got like an MP36, like it's a assault rifle this time, not just pistols. And he pulls up like he pushes a man off of a chair. And he takes that chair and he puts it on the end of your table, and then he like unclips his thing, like his robe, the jacket thing that I just mentioned, and he hands it to one of them, and he shoulders his, and he takes it and he folds it up, and then they both stand at attention behind him, and he sits down, and he looks over at the, like, I assume you have like a coffee pot. And then he like leans back at a lady, and he takes off his hat, and he's like, "Oh, get me a cup, please." And she's like, oh. She grabs him a coffee cup, brings it over. She pours like him a cup of coffee, and she's like, "Sugar?" And he's like, "No, actually." He like looks up at Francis, and he's like, 3 scoops. It's like,
you got a sweet tooth after being in that sardine can for all those months. Huh?
yeah, exactly right. And then he'll stir it, and he'll bang the teaspoon on the side of the cup, and then he'll like bring both the saucer and the cup to his nose, and he'll smell it, and then he's like, "Oh, you must understand. Coffee, it's hard to come by in a tub." And he puts it down. He's like, "So what happened to my men?"
What do you mean?
There were 8 of them, and I don't see them.
Did they not return?
He like looks over at his 2 companions, and they're both still like, straight faced, just looking straight ahead. And he'll turn back to you and he'll be like, They had their instructions. They would not return.
Yeah, last time, as soon as trouble showed up, they ran off.
See, I don't believe you.
Did you hear news about there was a bombing on some train tracks? We were caught up in that.
Yes, the natives don't concern me.
Well, they concerned us, especially because we were the ones in danger after our escort to your men ran off in a panic.
They are trained soldiers,
Yeah.
Mr. Solomon. They do not run.
They ran from the Arabs.
Probably tell them that.
So he'll pull out a Luger and then put it on the table and he's like, I don't believe you.
I'll put my gun on the table.
The Derringer, which is like fucking half the size, and he'll just be like, oh, come now, Mr. Solomon. Do you really think that you're going to be able to do anything in this situation?
I don't fully understand the situation.
That is very much apparent. And he'll like look out the window and like maybe there's like 4 German soldiers and they'll sort of like come into the back of the food cart and, you know, they'll do the with their rifles and like they'll start walking down like into the other cabooses basically past the food cart in the direction that I guess Jonathan and Charles and you know Francis the Great are in. You know, there's 3 soldiers here now, and there's 4 heading down into the back, with the potential of maybe more. You're not sure, but these are all that you guys have seen. So he'll like you know put his finger over the trigger of his Luger, and he'll just be like, I'll ask one more time. If you do not tell me where my soldiers are, I guess you will join them, yes? Where are my soldiers?
I'll lean my single elbow on the table.
Very dramatically.
I'll like put my hands up, be like, I don't know.
I'll look him dead in the eye, and I'll say, they ran.
At this point, under my silks, I am chambering 1 syringe. Like, this does not sound like it's going well. I don't know who any of these guys are.
Ooh, what's in the syringe?
It's that it basically converts a normal 30-06 rifle damage to a non-lethal, as per our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it does. We just wanted it, I think, as simple as possible.
Do you have a rifle like across your lap or something like that? Like, have you had?
I'm thinking it's actually like wrapped inside his like multiple layers of desert silks, and he's got his arms under there. He's got his bolero down, and blind. You know, he's trying to get a 1 syringe into the chamber.
Yeah.
Because like this sounds like it's going terribly to Dr. Gideon. Like he doesn't know how well it may or may not be going. It sounds not good. All there is just stacks of guns getting higher. You know.
Yeah.
Can Charles wander in at this point?
You would have to pass 4 Nazi soldiers at this point. So.
Well, I mean, kind of wandered in towards that direction, basically. Mm-hmm. It seems it's a very tense situation. It seems perfect time for him to show up.
All right.
I guess there's like, Francis got a hesitant of like, whoa, this doesn't have to come to violence. Well, out of interest, what was your team's like mission with us? Because they left.
All right. So before we do that, let's get a disguise roll real quickly from Mr. Charles himself. I've got some Nazi soldier statistics here. Now,
okay.
$10 disguise, that's a pretty fucking chunky disguise. So we're going to say that the difficulty here for their perception roll is going to be a 6.
Okay.
If they perceive you, then, well, they perceive you, I guess. So, actually, no, let's make it a 7. You spent money, so seems only
It's
fair.
not a very good disguise. I'd say 6 would be fair.
Yeah, but it's like being disguised as a clown, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like you look at a clown and you probably wouldn't recognize it being your brother under there if he
Yeah.
was.
Plus,
Like,
you're a matched set.
Yeah,
Like you
so-
look a little bit like you're. It's not just one weirdo. It's like both of you look like you were part of a traveling act.
And it did work on hide.
Yeah, worked. Okay, sure. Then again,
As far as Charles knows, it worked on hide. Okay.
all right. So this perception act is more like you not being surprised and continuing to walk along, right?
Yeah.
Like them perceiving you is you basically making like being shocked that there are Nazi soldiers and maybe that you even recognize them. So
Okay.
we'll go with that. So 0 modifier and the difficulty is 7. Oh yeah, they fucking notice you. So yeah, two of them are walking and they're like achung, and like all 4 of them stop, and like you're in the middle of like 4 soldiers basically in a hallway now. The hallway is about maybe 2 people wide at best, 2 very thin people wide, or 1 very large man wide, I guess.
Okay.
And they all point their rifles at you, and they're just like, "What is this get up then?"
Hello, chaps. It's a lovely day, isn't it?
And it's like, "On your knees."
What, both of us?
Are you stupid? On your knees.
Okay. This is a
I
terrible
do
idea.
the following things, GM.
Yes, I would like to initiate combat.
Interesting. Before this gets out of hand,
Uh-huh.
how far along would you be, Jonathan?
How many train cars down were we from the dining car?
You're about 3.
3? I definitely would have been there by now.
Yep. I would say that maybe you're like 1 train car away at this point with your rifles. What have you brought with you?
I've probably got the rifle at my back as usual and the blunderbuss in hand.
Okay. Charles, it's worth pointing out, they have automatic machine guns pointed at you.
Yeah.
Not pistols.
But they're like enclosed, close to me, right? So I can melee them?
Oh, yeah. You would be able to melee them, but they would also be able to unload maybe 90 rounds into you pretty easily if they wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just thinking the classic action scene of, like knocking the gun out of the way and starting a punching fight, basically.
Oh, you want to disarm? Okay.
Yeah, and I do have Woodbury there with me as well, so
Yeah. And he isn't a combative character.
There's 4 of them next to him.
Yes. 4.
He's not massive. He's combative. He's just not.
Alright, make an opposed melee or brawl roll against the opponent. You suffer a -2 penalty for striking his weapon. In addition, the opponent receives a +2 bonus for his holding a weapon with both hands. If you roll less or equal to the number of successes rolled by your opponent, your character fails to disarm him. If you roll more successes than your opponent knocks a weapon out of his grasp, flinging it 5 feet away per extra success roll. So, if you roll a brawl attack, you can steal the weapon.
Okay, yeah. Let's go for that.
All right. So there's 4 men, and they're all stopped. Their rifles are at the ready. I did say previously
Wait,
that
are they rifles or submachine guns?
SMGs.
Okay.
Sorry, I should say SMGs then. Their SMGs are at the ready. So let's go ahead and make a opposed melee check. You get a -2. They get a +2.
Wait, melee or brawl?
What would you like to do? You can do either. Brawl will give you their gun. Melee will knock it out of their hands.
Seeing my melee is better than my brawl, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll go melee.
All right then. Are you specialized?
I'm specialized with my sword.
Are you using your
Would
sword?
he be able to use the cane? Because it is a cane, right? So he
Yes.
could use that to knock it away.
Yeah, you can. You don't even have to remove it from its like scabbard.
Yeah.
You can just use it as a cane. So
Okay then. Yeah, I will use the.
so basically, what's going to happen here? Any 10s you roll will explode.
Okay.
And the difficulty here is 5, obviously.
And it's -2.
Yes, -2. You got to beat a 4. Okay. You got a 3. So
Oh, I got a 3.
yeah, because you're rolling specialty. Yeah.
Is this? Can you spend a style point to increase the score?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a style point left.
It doesn't.
This would
It
be
doesn't.
one of those
It doesn't.
not wasted points.
Yeah, so it doesn't increase the score.
Yeah.
What it does is I believe it will give you +1 dice for a single roll. Normally, I would say that you'd have to do this ahead of time. But
Some terrible rolling.
for this one, I will allow it since it is, Babby's first melee roll. So
Okay.
go ahead. How many star points do you want to spend?
I have 1 style point, so I will spend 1.
Hang on. Just so you know, getting another success, like a 4, won't succeed. But getting a 10 and exploding
Yeah.
will succeed. So you have a 1 in 10 chance to succeed here.
I'll leave it as a fail. I will fail. Fuck it.
What would have happened on a draw?
Nothing.
It would have still been a, I guess, fail. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fail
He's
on a
one car away from us, or more than one?
A 1 car.
One car.
So I guess I kind of, I have my cane in my hand, and I figured, there's no talking my way out of the situation. The disguise has failed.
Mhm.
Clearly these Nazis are much more intelligent than Mr. Hyde, and I decide to pretty much just go for it, and I swing my cane up and get it caught in a light fixture, and it's just stuck there now. I'm just standing there like.
Well, that's perfect. You planned it all along because now you can draw it in the dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
It's the wrong way around. If I drew it, it would just be like pointing down.
All right. So, having seen what you've done, Woodbury will attempt to do the same thing. So this is going to be the Nazi up front. So he gets a +2. Okay. Yeah. There's no way he can win. But Woodbury attempts it, right? Woodbury attempts it. And the Nazi just fucking clocks him in the face. Just like, he sees that he's going to make a move, and he just, back of the thing, just clocks him. Let's see. We'll just reuse his current roll. So he got 5 successes. So he takes 5 damage. What's his... Woodbury is fucking... he crumples like a fucking sack of potatoes. His nose is broken. There's just blood pouring out of his face and nose and mouth and stuff like that. And he just crumples onto the ground.
Unconscious.
And again, the men point their rifles at you, and they're just like, "On your knees."
I get on my knees.
Do you leave the sword?
Oh
hanging?
hell yeah! I leave the sword there.
Okay, great. It's not going to alert anyone in the other room, the other chamber. So you guys, no real gunfire has happened. The moment that happens is the moment that everything goes to shit. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sword stick.
I'm going to. Wait, what did I say last? Where were we? I don't even remember.
You're in the
Had your
train
gun
car.
out on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said. Oh yeah, I remember what I would do. Can I make an empathy check to see if he knows that I'm lying or not?
It's less about whether he knows you're lying and more about that you're not giving him the answers that he wants.
Okay.
So I'm not even gonna make you need you to make that role. It's like he knows that he wants his soldiers back, basically, and he he thinks he has the upper hand now. He thinks he's threatening you guys. So
Well, he has 2.
2 upper hands, yes. Well, technically he has 6. So
That's fine. Then I'll stick. Then I'll just maintain my ground. Then I guess.
okay,
How many are? He's sitting at the table. How many are behind him?
2.
Anybody left? 2.
Two behind him. Yeah, but rifles shouldered. So it'll take an action for them to pull it out. And one of them has like his cloak, I guess, in his hands. So
Can I make a perception check to detect that a scuffle is happening in one car away? Like, I feel like Dr. Gideon would probably head that way if he heard it, but not if he doesn't, obviously.
okay, well, yeah, we can make that check. Go ahead and make a perception check at 5, please. For me, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear it, clear as day.
You probably hear Charles just shouting "bugger!" as it's
No, he's out cold, man. He's down.
that would be Woodbury.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
I mean, as my sword stick gets stuck in the ceiling.
The high pitched girlish screams of Charles Cromwell Abernethy.
So what's the plan here? You want to move?
Definitely. I'm not sure how initiative works in this, like whose turn it is.
Oh,
but-
we're not
but
in
that
we're
is-
not in initiative right now. Anyone can freely move. So
Okay, then I think like attempting to look even more feeble than I actually am because I'm fairly sickly. Stand up and begin kind of hobbling
yeah.
back into the car where he's at.
As you stand up, the commander will put his hand up and be like, "Sit down. No one leaves this compartment."
Oh boy, Dr. Gideon does not like to lie. He freezes in place but remains standing. and
Whips
is
off the
listening.
cloak of his rifle, points it at him.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. He can tell that like he doesn't know how far things have escalated yet. What I heard is a scuffle, right? Not necessarily gunfire. Nobody dying yet. I probably heard Woodbury go right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you heard the dull thud of metal to face.
What I'm
so-
hoping is that my body language can signal to them that something went wrong because my plan was definitely to remain still, and I tried to get up, and now I'm frozen in place.
Or maybe you do the thing where you turn around and you just like scratch the top of your head, like.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, if you'll let me, is that a deception? Like, how do you handle this kind of thing? Like,
I mean, it's unbeknownst to them. You set this up ahead of time. You can just do it. Like I'm not gonna like, hey, why are you scratching your head? That seems weird. Like like I'm not gonna. Yeah,
Alright.
nothing.
Then I will definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They could be like, Lurch, I don't know what to tell you. We're just continuing. You guys sent us on this mission to find where we think Eden is. So myself and Mr. Jajarius are continuing on. Your men, they might meet us there. I have no idea.
So he'll take his hand off his pistol at that and put his hand back on the coffee cup and use both hands, saucer and cup, bring it up to his mouth, and he'll take another slurp. He's just like, "Yeah, I'll do it for you."
Is that the cup?
Yeah, it's a big cup. No,
It's
it's
got
not.
the mustache thingy on it.
Yeah, he brings it back down. There's a little bit of mustache foam up there and he licks it and he's like, So what is the fate of my men then? If they did run away, which seems suspect, what am I to believe of them? They've run off and joined the hill folk.
I mean, there are multiple. This is a very militant, hot area right now. If they didn't return to you,
Probably did.
yeah.
And how is it that you came to be here on this train?
After the explosion, we were captured by an Arab group called the Black Hand.
I know of them.
They didn't have much to do with us. They just got us with a whole bunch of other people, and we eventually were let go, and now we're back on our way.
Doing what we were supposed to be doing in the first place.
Yep.
So you're going to tell me that my soldiers, who were not dressed as such, were murdered, but they let you go. Why?
They didn't capture them. There were many that ran. I would like to give you answers, I just don't have them.
Let's change tact a little bit here. And he'll like pull out like a journal and he'll flick through it and he's like, what have you found so far?
As we said before, the Garden of Eden. We're heading to Jerusalem to delve deeper into the history, because the most reliable source is the Bible, no matter what you believe. And in the Bible, it says that there was a water source that flowed into Eden, split off into 4 rivers. The Tigris and the Euphrates are the only ones that still exist, so we're going to see what we can find out about the other 2 and see if there's any point where we can see where they intersect.
You will come with us. We will find your companions on this train, those that are left, and we will go to this Eden, and I will make sure that you get there.
We're going to Jerusalem right now to figure out more about it. I don't know where Eden is.
We are
need to-
getting off this train, and you are coming with me.
As long as we're going to Jerusalem.
Find your he'll like turn over his shoulder to the other one and is like, tell the men to find the other ones. And the one who's just not holding the cape will snap a salute, like the chest one, whatever. I don't know what Nazis do for salutes, to be honest with you. He'll poise his rifle, cock it, as he does. Like everyone cocks their rifles before they use it, because that's
Constantly.
Constantly cocking their rifles.
Doesn't
yeah.
even matter if it needs to be cocked or
Exactly.
not. They're just
yeah.
constantly clacking them away.
Yep. Makes it look cool, and he will walk down past. As he walks past you, Gideon, he'll like push you down to the chair, if you'll allow it.
Is it all 3 or just the
Just one of them.
officer? Okay, just one.
The officer and the other German soldier will stay in here. So.
Yeah, I need to get into the radius of more of them, so I let that one pass, continuing to my body language just to be sort of like deer in the headlights.
Yeah. Okay. You were saying something, Graham?
How many are left?
2 in
With
this
us?
in this room. 2.
2 and the commander, or just the commander and 1?
Commander and 1. Yeah.
All right, I'll look at Gideon, and I'll just
So at this
Scratch your head.
point,
Okay.
would I be able to see through the train car and all this stuff? that's
Oh
going
yeah,
on?
like you've
There's windows and stuff.
You've probably sat on the door and you've looked through and you saw Woodbury just get fucking clocked. And now you
No.
see Charles, hands on his head, getting on his knees, sort of thing. So
I think I would have my rifle out and I would be taking aim.
all right, as you're taking aim, you see another soldier come in through the room and he starts talking to them. Now you have at this point right now, you have full aim, which will give you, I believe, a +6 on your roll. I could be wrong.
+4 is the maximum
Plus
for
4?
aiming. It's
Okay, yeah.
+2 for each turn to a maximum of 4.
Mm-hmm. And you can target areas if you want.
Targeting a
Um,
head will give you a -4, so you can just roll straight and if you succeed, you will shoot someone in the face, killing them instantly. So, what would you like to do?
So can I see through to the dining car? What I'm asking is, if Commander Lurch were to turn and look down the hallway, would he see me aiming my gun at him?
I tell you what, you spend a style point and you're not on a corner, and you can see straight through to the train car.
Done.
Done.
Fucking done. I was
Fucking
hoping that I could do the shot through both doorways, bullet going between the 4 Nazi soldiers standing over Charles,
Yeah.
straight past the 2 guards standing behind the captain, and just straight in the side of his head.
I like the idea that we get the sniper slow down
Sniper
bullet
elite, the
bullet thing.
flowing.
Yeah. So I like the idea that it flies past like the hair of a Nazi soldier, like, and little bits of like blonde hair just flicks off as it cuts through. So basically, okay, you're aiming. Do you say something? Do you have a one-liner that you say when you get a confirmed kill, basically?
No, not with a rifle. Not from a distance like this. There's no point if they can't hear it.
But you can hear it.
Yeah.
And the audience can hear it,
The
right?
camera can hear it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, think of this as a movie, man. This isn't just you in a fucking shit in a mud hut hunting elephants. This is you hunting a fucking commander of a Nazi force.
No, I think a shot like this, where he's taken his time and he's thought about it, it would just be like one really long, slow breath out.
Yeah, and then we get it breaks
and
through
the massive cloud of dust.
Yeah, massive, like the dust. Like, what type of rifle do you have?
It's a flintlock rifle, black powder.
Shit. Okay. So
yeah, it's gonna fill that train car with smoke.
Now let's get.
Can I just suggest very quickly for your catchphrase? You can run, but you can't hide.
What?
Can I miss the commander and hit Charles?
Oh God! I was spinning on that one for a little while you're talking about it.
Okay, all right. Let's get a roll before we do this. So, he's gonna roll defense. You get no positives because you're spending it all to hit his head. Now, if you succeed, you will brain him, killing him instantly. So that is what you get. Now you've got 2 levels of speciality in this. So your 10s will explode, and the difficulty will be a 4 for you to make this shot, because the difficulty goes down by 1. So go ahead and make that roll for me, please.
Okay.
Well.
Does 11 work?
Fuck me.
Good God, man.
I told you, if I have my guns, I can kill anything. I just need my guns.
Good God, man. All right, yeah. This you go on.
Sorry, don't the 10s explode? Like
they did, yeah. That's what the speciality
they
does.
did.
So
okay,
I only got the 110, but I rolled 11 dice, and I got
11 successes.
Yeah, 11 successes.
But technically you rolled 12 dice in this instance, so you only had 1 failure in your entire fucking roll.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. Yeah,
so because he's not in combat, he would only get his passive defense, wouldn't he?
Yes, that's right. Rating. Yes, and there's no way he can fucking do 11.
Yeah, even if he gets.
So what is the damage? Body. What is the damage on your gun?
4 lethal. No, sorry, 3 lethal on the flintlock.
So hang on. You didn't click the weapons, did you?
No, I didn't. So it actually would have been 3 more dice on top of that.
Yes. So go ahead and roll that. So yeah, make sure you click the plus button, the dice button there next time.
So it'd be that and difficulty 4, not 44. So that would be.
All right. So 10's still fucking free.
So 15 dice.
15 dice.
When I actually click the thing properly.
Yeah. So
I'm used to just making firearms rolls because I've been using other pistols so far.
Yep. So that is pretty fucking insane. Yeah. What happens is you're outside in between the two cars, right? In between. So there's the restaurant car, then there's the car that Charles is in with the 5 Nazis, and then there's the car, a cabin car, then another cabin car which you came from, basically, and you're in between the second cabin car and the first one with Charles in it. So you're basically shooting through 2 windows. You're shooting past 5 people, and you're braining a fucking Nazi commander. So basically, what happens is you shoot, slow motion, the bullet. I guess this is like a ball bearing or something like that. It's a metal ball, right?
It'd be bullet shaped.
Yeah. Okay. It fires out, breaking the glass.
Corn starts playing.
We get like a slow motion turn, like a really, really slow of all the Nazis just sort of looking in your direction. The bullet flies between them all, blonde hair flicking off as the bullet like goes past them. Maybe even like one of their helmets gets knocked off or something like that because it grazes. It goes through the second window. Then it goes through the third window as it launches into the restaurant car. It like, I imagine that I guess for the most part, Gideon, you're sitting down, you hear like a whoosh as the bullet flies past you. We get a shot of like a side view from the perspective of I guess Solomon and Francis of like of Commander Lurch just going as the bullet just enters his brain. It goes X-ray. It bounces around his skull and liquefies his brain, and then out the other side. He just goes. He's still holding the cup of coffee up as he leans back in his chair, and then he just slumps out of the chair, and just.
I'll catch the coffee cup before he falls over, just like grabbing like.
Nice. And at that moment, we initiate. Turn order. So, let's get some stuff from everyone, please.
Okay.
Initiative difficulty is just 5.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. All right, so. Gideon.
Sorry, the second initiative is
Not that's a different style of game, so we don't need that.
the first initiative is Woodbury. The second initiative is me. Just because
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Woodbury's in it or not.
No, he's not. He's unconscious, man. So.
Okay.
Wow. So the second initiative is you.
Yeah.
Wow. Goose egg.
I have terrible initiative.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, it's dexterity plus intelligence. I don't have good either.
Okay. All right. So let's go. Gideon, you got a 4. Hyde, you got a 6. No, 2. Solomon, you got a 6. Francis got a 3, and Charles got a fat goose egg. So now we're gonna add the how many? So there's 4, 5, 6 Nazis. So Nazi 1, Nazi 2, Nazi 3, Nazi 4, Nazi 5, and Nazi 6. Okay. All right. Now let me just roll for them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So 2, 4
Can you imagine how hard this would be to keep track of if we didn't have this turn order thing? God, so good. 1 and 2. And 2. All right, and now we...
20 years. Don't be such a weenie.
What was that?
If people did it for 30 years, don't be such a weenie.
I know. All right. Okay, so now we're in combat, and the first person to react to Commander Lurch getting exploded is none other than Solomon. There is a Luger on the table, if you remember correctly. Now, does anyone remember what the weight limit of a Luger was? Because I can't. Let me take it out. A Luger. Modern pistol. Luger. So
2 strength.
2 strength.
2.
Yeah, so you can
Like
use
almost all of them, yeah.
it. Yeah.
I can use everything except like the super good stuff.
Like the Colt.
I think the only pistol you
the
can't
Colt
use
and
is the
the
Colt.
2 Colts, yeah. And the
And then
Webley. So
Yeah. Huh. In a fit of quick thinking, I will grab the Luger
yep.
and I will aim upward.
Yep.
At the chandelier, which I've just conjured out of thin air
Mhm.
with my style points,
Mhm.
in an attempt to crush the remaining Nazi soldier.
Okay. You take a fire. Nothing comes out.
Cheeky fucker.
Great.
I won't let you. I won't charge
Of
you.
course, he didn't cock his gun 6 times this scene. That's why you should have known it wasn't loaded.
I won't charge you the style point for the chandelier. But yeah. No.
He was clearly intending that like very menacing loading of the gun as he's interrogating.
Yeah.
That's why it's empty. You see, he hadn't got to that yet. Okay.
Yeah, but if you want, you can drop to the ground and maybe search him for some bullets or something like that. Or you can make that same shot with your Derringer. It'll be pretty tough. But...
I'd rather do that then.
Okay, yeah, the Derringer? All right, cool. So yeah, you do the shot, yeah, it doesn't work. So you quickly put it on the table, grab the Derringer and try it again. So what is the Derringer?
Too lethal.
Meanwhile, Francis is just like sipping that coffee, like I'm gonna finish this.
Yeah. It's got good sugar in it, man.
Sugar is expensive, Jesus. But yeah, let's get a shot from you, Graham. Difficulty 5. Okay. You got specialty with pistols?
Get handguns, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Shit. Well, I was gonna roll something, but I doubt I can pass a 6. So yeah, we can say that you shoot the chandelier in its Jesus bolt, which is the thing that holds it all together to the roof, right? Yeah, it'll fall. So basically, what's going to happen here is the Nazi soldier is going to get he's going to get a roll. Now, I'm willing to say that in the surprise round, everyone's defenses would have just been body, but I think enough time has passed now with that everyone can react. They are trained soldiers after all, so it isn't hard to believe that he won't have enough time to pull out his rifle though, because he is the guy holding the cape essentially. So he's going to try and dodge out of the way. So dice pool modifier none. 55. Yeah, he got everything he can. He dives. The thing lands and fucking lands on an ankle basically. And he's gonna take 2 damage here. Yeah, he had 4 dice and he got 4 successes. So yeah,
9, 7, 7, 10.
Yeah. So let's see. I need to make a little thing here, health counter for them.
Uh-huh. So go ahead. He will be thus known as N6 for Nazi 6. So he takes 2 damage.
If he did he go to the floor?
Yes, he did. He's on his belly.
Can I just point my gun at him basically after that and
Coup de grace.
no, just be like, just don't move kind of thing.
Normally yes, but he's going to get a whole turn before you can actually do something threatening with your pistol. That's just how this game works, unfortunately. So you get one action. You can move if you like and maybe get some cover or something. Or
That's dumb, but yeah, fine.
Yep. Okay. Gideon.
Okay. You can speak for free, right? Briefly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Towards Digerius and Francis, I say, do you have this? Because you can tell he wants to go the other way, and he's hesitating.
Go, I got this.
I think so.
Then I'm going to try to get however much distance I need, including using my whole move if needs be, to get as many of the goons in the next car that I overheard into my immediate radius as I can. I'm going to aid Charles.
Yeah, it won't be hard. You can basically just go into the next car, essentially.
Okay, how many of them would be within 10 feet of me?
10 feet.
So I actually checked before taking this shot. The average length of the passenger cars was between 60 and 70 feet.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say you can get within 10 feet of them pretty easily. What are you attempting to do here?
The captivate. So my hypnosis. And I wanted to ask you, how do I use my style points to pump it up? Because I can tell that
it's a trait, right? Yeah.
It is on page 62 and 63. Yeah, it's a talent.
A talent. Okay. So talent, you spend 2 style points to increase the talent 1 additional level. It's the same as purchasing it a second time. So you said it was on page 66?
62 and 63. It span. The rules are on 63.
Okay.
On the PDF, it's 66. You know what I mean?
Captivate. Okay. Wait, where is Captivate? Oh, there it is. Okay, it starts on 62. Right, I see. Okay. Benefit. As an attack option, your character can attempt to transfer opponents during combat. Make a performance roll against all opponents within 10 feet of your character. If you roll more successes than your opponent's willpower rating, he is beguiled by your character and unable to attack for a number of turns equal to the number of successes you rolled. An entranced opponent may defend himself normally, but the spell is broken if he's attacked during this time. So we decided this is per person. So if you attack one of them, it doesn't break it for everyone, which is good. If you roll more than twice the opponent's willpower rating, he's completely enthralled and loses his active defense rating, which is his defense. So instead of rolling 4 die, he'll roll 2, his defense. For the number of turns equal to the total number of successes you rolled. Your character, advanced. You may buy this talent up to 3 times, gaining a +2 performance. So if you spend 2 style points, you can get a +2 in your performance check.
And then when I make that check with the die, do I alter the skill, or because all I see is difficulty when I click the die?
So it'll say mod. So you just put a 2 in there, and that'll give you 2 additional dice to roll. And the talent won't make it so that your performance is easier. This isn't like a skill where you can specialize in it. Now, if you're specialized in performance, on the other hand,
I am.
You are? What level?
I mean, I have 4 in it.
Okay. How many? So you've purchased performance. You specialized it once.
4. Oh no, I didn't specialize. I purchased. It's just a straight performance roll according to the rules. So yes. I just purchased the skill rather than the specialization.
So basically, what would happen is you would roll performance, and you'd add a +2, and their willpower is their defense. So in the case of a Nazi soldier, it's a 2 because Nazis are 2 down the row for everything. So
what's the difficulty of is it?
It's just 5.
difficulties?
Yeah, it's 5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. So basically, all he does.
What do you do with your rifle? Because I imagine this would take both hands to do it. Like, so where do you put your rifle, essentially? Do you sling it over your back or something?
My thinking is that he just shines his mirror at them. That he's got the rifle in one hand, but not able to fire it. And he's shining a mirror, and he just says, "Gentlemen." And if they look towards him, they see like these, the mirrors all shining at them.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Your glasses also shimmer at the same like level of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
They
they
get
like.
a kaleidoscope video of him with the 3 reflecting surfaces moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, so I'm spending 2 style points. He says, masters bade you crack wide the abyss, but today the abyss gazes at thee. And he's gonna try to like entrance as many as he can.
Okay. Cool. 7. Oh wait, no, you're not specialized, so that'd just be a 4. Okay. So let's see. So
But I just have to beat their willpower, which is 2.
Is it? I think they have to roll. So I think each of them get to roll. So let's see. Since it's
says
primary,
more successes than their rating.
oh, then their rating.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you roll more successes than an opponent's willpower rating.
Ah, cool, perfect. Then we don't have to roll. That makes it easy. So I don't have to roll fucking 5 times. Perfect. Yeah, all of them get like they all turn to you, and they're all just like, they all just sort of look at you, and their eyes sort of go wide, and their pupils dilate. Essentially, let's see. Attack for number turns. Okay, and entrance. Okay. If you roll more than twice the opponent's willpower, which you did, he's completely enthralled and loses his active defense rating for a number of turns equal to the total number of. So for 4 turns, these guys have no active defense, so their defense is cut in half essentially. That's good. That's a fucking great roll. So I'm gonna put a little asterisk next to these dudes, so that I can keep track of who is enthralled and who is not. Good stuff.
And all they can see is just strobing mirrors right now. So like sort of leaning over, the shortest one towards Hyde, I make eye contact, sort of drop the shades very briefly, and you just sort of see me mouth, "One at a time."
Oh, one at a time. Okay, perfect.
I can imagine hearing that or seeing that. He kind of just like.
Like, he's like holding up the blunderbuss. He's like,
Well, they've got machine guns, so it's like, like mass.
well, they're
mez is-
enthralled, so you could theoretically just take one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm out of actions because that consumes my whole action.
Yeah.
But,
you get one
obviously
action
I'll
a turn, basically. So yeah.
Yeah, but next turn. Anyway, I think that's me.
Cool. All right, Nazi 3. He's one of the enthralled guys. So he will. He was sort of just like. He's sort of just wiggling a little bit, and he's just sitting there, just like looking at it. He's kind of like, I imagine like those '90s music videos, where like it's sort of like a disco ball going off sort of thing, and there's like mirrors, and there's like multiple variations of your face just spinning around, like there's 6 spinning around a center one, and you're just like, "Gentleman," or something like that, and it's just like repeating over and over again in his mind. And he's just sitting there, just sort of like trying to blink it off, but he can't.
And the low budget, like the low budget TV show version is just like against a wall. It's like a red wall, and like a disco ball is spinning the little little lights along his face.
Yeah, that's fucking perfect. Yeah, like it's kind of like what was it? What's the one with the zombie movie with oh fuck it, I forget it. Like really low budget B movies, like sort of zooming in on their faces, and they're all wide eyed and shit, and it's all like all stereoscopic colors and shit. Yeah, I like it. So Nazi 2 and Nazi 4 all have a turn within this space, but it's very similar. They're just sort of like wobbly eyed. And Jackson.
I'm gonna draw the Derringer and point at the dude on the floor's face and say like, "Don't move."
Okay. You're gonna make a roll here to make this happen, because you have to basically do something. Do you have intimidation or something along those lines?
I have empathy.
Not really what I'm after.
You should be able to simply hold his action until he moves and fire.
Yes, you can hold your action if you want. That's not a big deal.
Yeah. I guess it's just like gun like the face pretty much, and like
So
hold
let's
action.
the holding action in this one is you have to state a trigger. So what is the trigger for you to pump rounds into this Nazi?
If he tries to move.
Like if he moves at all?
I mean, if he does like tries to like get up or reach for his gun or something like that.
Okay. What if he gets up slowly and puts his hands behind his head? What then?
I told him not to move.
Okay, cool. All right then. Nazi 6, this is the guy on the ground. Since you didn't make any roll to see if he could do this, he's going to attempt to pull out his thing and stand up.
Shoot him.
So he's like pulling out his rifle, like arming himself, takes an action, right? And so does standing up. So he's simply just going to like grab his rifle from his, like he's going to reach around and roll over and point his rifle up at you two, or his SMG up at you two. But you triggered first, so he won't be able to shoot. Let's just point that out because arming himself takes an action. So you want to trigger your hold action and shoot him?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what do I roll here? Because I have the weapons and I have firearms and the specialization firearms pistol.
Okay, so if you just click, do you see the weapon, Derringer?
Yep.
There's a dice next to it. If you
Well,
filled
then-
out your Derringer, let me just take a look at your character sheet real quick. Oh no, you're not Jonathan Hyde. You're Francis Jackson. All right, so all right. Do you see how you got attack? Right. So what you're doing is you need to go firearms plus firearms pistol.
Doesn't need to be case sensitive.
No. So wait, no. In the attack space of your weapons, do you see that? So
Yeah,
so
that's
you've
what I'm
so
doing.
see how firearms pistol is 7, right? Which is 3 plus your firearms skill.
Oh, so just the numbers, not like the name
Yeah.
of the thing. It doesn't pull from that.
No, it doesn't. So and then you add the 2L. So you add 2 extra dice to the attack rating. So it's 7 plus 2. So you're rolling 9 dice. So put 9 in attack.
Okay.
And then when you click the dice next to it, it'll roll 9 dice and it will add a speciality section to the actual roll.
Okay, cool. So that's it.
Yep.
What's the difficulty on this when he's like
5.
down?
It's still 5. It's always 5 during combat.
Okay.
The difference is that his defense is halved because he can't dodge, essentially.
Right.
So,
Okay, here we go.
okay, speciality 3. Nice. So we take that one because if a 10 had exploded on that, it would have added to it. So that's the difference between speciality and successes.
Okay.
All right. There's no real way to get it to like notice. Like you can't like. It's because I've edited the page here. The only way that we could get exploding dice to actually work was to have another roll. So sometimes it just looks like that, right? Where your successes normally are higher than your speciality, but that's just how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to roll his defense, which is -2 because that's how much his dexterity is. Okay, he takes 1 damage as you shoot him. So he is at a total of 1. Except he is armed now, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Hyde, you're up.
Yo. Okay. So, I have the instant reload talent, which
Yes,
allows me to use one of my 3 combat actions to reload instead.
No, so you only get 1 combat action.
3.
3.
Attack, defend, and move.
Oh, okay. Move and defend is automatic, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
have to do it. Attack is like everything aside from moving, and moving is just moving. So basically,
Yeah.
what's happening is you're not
I can
using.
forego my movement to reload instantly.
No.
instead.
Is that what it says? Because the way I understood it is that you just reload within the same action that you fire?
It says that the character may use one of their combat actions to reload.
Really? Because I understood it as like, can reload weapons with amazing speed. He's so fast that she never runs out of ammo. Your character may reload a weapon as a reflexive action, which means reflexive are just like defense is a reflexive action, for example.
Okay, so it is just an instant reload. I thought I would have to forego my movement to reload.
No, you don't.
That makes it even stronger.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So basically, single shot rifles, which you're using, they're half speed essentially. So you fire one turn, and then you spend your action to reload in the next turn, right? Because that's just how it works. But with instant reload, you fire, cock another one straight away. Like that's basically how that works. So instead of spending 2 turns to fire once, you spend 2 turns to fire twice. So yeah, just think of it like that. So normally reloading, it will take up your attack action, but you basically reload the moment you finish firing. Is how that works. So
all right,
it's very strong one, especially if you're focused on guns. So
especially if you're focused on single shot rifles like this, where I kind of need it to not waste half my turns. But
yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So seeing as I can move, you're probably going to see this will be like the first time you've ever seen Hyde standing up straight and looking like he's paying attention to what's going on. To anybody else, it would look like the rifle just hit the floor and then I jammed the ramrod down it and then shouldered it again. But if you had it in slow-mo, you would see that I've got the bullet and the powder in my left hand and I've just slid it all in.
Yeah, do we get like a slow motion of you like dropping the powder in and dropping the ball and the powder lands in perfectly?
It falls out of my hand, but it goes perfectly in the barrel and then the ramrod pops down on top of it.
Nice.
I'm imagining that like slow-mo happening the same time the like shot is taking place. So it's just like boom, and then you're immediately doing it and like the ball is falling.
You see the
smoke hasn't even cleared, and you're just like
getting hit, and all the way down at the other end, you see me already halfway.
Like through his like hole in his head, you just like, you know, like. Oh man!
And it looks almost like the gun fires the second it touches my shoulder.
Perfect. All right. So what are you shooting here?
So the one dude in the dining car. He's under control, and we've got.
Plus, you can't
5.
see him; he's on the ground.
Yeah,
so.
we've got 5 in with us. Now, you said they had Charles surrounded, so there'd be 2 with their backs to me, and then 2 facing towards me. Charles in the
3
middle.
facing you. Three facing
they're
you.
all facing me right
Oh
now.
yeah, they've all turned to you, haven't they?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't really matter which.
So there's 5. There's 5 that you can shoot.
I'm probably just going to.
Yeah, it's Hogan's Alley, but all the idiots are facing the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fire at the one that is closest to Gideon.
Closest to Gideon.
Which would be the one that entered that would be the one that entered the carriage last.
So here's the thing. That one would have extra cover from his teammates. So you wouldn't be able to get a clean shot on him. If you were to shoot like the ones closest to you first, you would have a much higher chance of shooting them. So.
All right, I'll just shoot the closest one to me.
So that would be, let's just say, Nazi 5. Yes, this is yes. The Wanted is literally the modern version of this game, in my opinion.
12.
12?
Fucking what, dude? All right. Yeah, I don't. I'm not even gonna roll like damage a defense for this guy because not only did he only roll 2 dice, but you rolled 12. He's dead. Essentially, you just like roll me a 1d10 just real quickly out of curiosity.
Jesus Christ. That bullet has been through several elephants, and you pick it up and you're like, still good. You're like,
wipe it on your shoulder, just like chuck it back into your bag.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so 7. Yeah, you just like fucking through the chest. It's like, there's no exit wound because, otherwise.
Soft lead. It's
soft
not
lead,
copper cased or anything like that. It just hits and expands.
Yep. So it bounces around in his chest and then he falls down dead on the ground. His companions none the wiser. Nazi 1, wiggles. Nazi 5 dead AF, so I'll remove him. Okay. Charles, you're on your knees. Sword above you.
I want to punch a Nazi.
Oh yeah, it's
Fuck
happening.
yeah.
You can take your sword out and like cane a motherfucker if you want.
Well, I was thinking I'd like to unsheath it because it's pointing down, and I'd like to basically ram a Nazi into my sword.
Okay. Theoretically speaking, since we are playing this to the rules, you would spend your turn arming yourself and standing up. But if you want, you can just while you're on your knees, just punch a Nazi in the dick if you want. Like you're basically waist high right now, and if you stood up, you'd use your action.
Standing up is using my action.
Yes.
That would be your move action.
Yeah,
No. It's not. It's literally.
Oh, is it his full
standing up is being knocked down in this game is essentially you being taken out, losing a turn, right? So standing up is the equivalent.
I'm only kneeling. It's not like I'm knocked down or anything, though.
Well, I mean, each turn's like 6 seconds. It's probably going to take you 3 or 4 seconds to stand up. I can see how it would take you.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll take it as a half action, so you can arm yourself with your sword and stand up if you wanted to.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
that's what
okay,
you want
yeah.
to do. Yeah, okay.
Is it okay to do a little team coordination stuff? Because if he holds his initiative, I didn't want to say until now, but I was gonna throw him my sword cane because I'm shit with it. Like there's none of the guys in around us are gonna obstruct it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be like down on my hands and knees kind of thing. The first thing I'm gonna do is try and either punch a Nazi or get armed. Whatever you're doing, I don't think Charles.
Yeah, you're probably not noticing. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go straight for his sword cane. So
Okay, yeah, cool. It's so you stand up, pull the sword out. Do you like do any sort of like fencing move to like get real pumped or something like that? Like
I think like I like pull the sword cane out and then I just like whip it and the stick goes flying across the room and then it's unsheathed.
nice, I like it. Like a little, like we get a close up because this entire thing is basically just like close ups on you guys pulling weapons out. Like I imagine it's like, what is it, like a lion's head on the top? Like what is it, a big gem? Like what is it?
It's almost definitely like a lion with a crown. Like very very British.
Big pair of brass balls.
All right, yeah. So
The sword equivalent of truck
the
nuts.
first sword cane to feature. Exactly. Yes, you got there first.
truck nuts for sword cane. Yeah. Okay. So you want to go with the lion because that's pretty cool. That's very British of you. Yeah. So yeah, it's sort of like you flick it in a certain way where it like unhinges like a secret compartment. Is it like a double blade? Is it like a double-sided blade? Is it like a rapier? Like what is it?
It's kind of like I'd say fairly thin sword. It's not like a rapier, like a point.
So it's a double. Like, does it have a blunt side? Can you use it non-lethally if you wanted to?
No.
Like, could you whip a motherfucker with it? Like.
No, it's definitely a killing weapon.
Okay, so double-sided blade, and it's like a really long sword, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like it. So you flick that off, it goes flying, and then we get like the camera zooms up the side of it, like shing, and then we get like a little pose from you or something like that. He woke. Yeah. Okay, so with that, your turn ends, and the crowd in the like in the actual restaurant room, they start to like panic and start to run around. So they're gonna try and run like off the train. And the closest compartments they can get to are like the exits on the side where you guys are sitting, essentially. Like they would have to run out the doors and through the side, basically. So the only exits that they have are like 2 doors on either side of the train compartments. So they'd have to run out and then exits that way. So that's what they're going to try and do. Essentially what that means is, though, you guys are going to have a bit of difficulty trying to shoot the Nazi that's on the ground, essentially, here in this room, because there's confusion now and people are going crazy. So, Solomon, your turn. You still got one bullet left in your Derringer. You can finish him off if you wanted to.
I'll kind of shout over the
Maybe you can
running
try. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
civilians. I'll ask Francis, you got him?
Yeah, I got one more shot. He's
Al?
gonna get a. He's gonna.
You
Like,
you
in-game,
you will
he's
have a
gonna get up.
turn before him, basically. So
Okay,
Can I-
cool.
Can I move towards the rest of the fracas?
like the train car behind you, sort of thing, where everyone else is.
Yeah.
Yep, you can do that 100%.
I
You
get what
you might be like I imagine as you're walking there, like people are shoulder barging you to get out of the train compartment and that sort of stuff. So
There's less of me, so I kind of.
there's less of you, like a guy like tries to push your arm out of the way and realizes it's not there. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get to like within. So I'm sorry, I was sort of nodding in and out of consciousness during that whole area that wasn't my turn.
Yeah.
Will you can you explain to me how this car is oriented?
Sure. It's a normal car, so it's got a hallway on the left, which is like a fat dude size basically, so you can fit almost two skinny people in there, shoulder to shoulder. There's 3 compartments, and halfway down the middle, you see Gideon. He's basically mesmerizing 5 Nazi soldiers, or I guess 4 now. There's a dead one on the ground, and Charles is looking very menacing with his with a sword. He has a fucking sword now somehow, and yeah.
In his sparkly purple clothes.
Yes, Woodbury's like fucking down for the count. He's like,
Bleeding all over
slumped
the
on the ground, like basically looks like he just got fucking killed. He looks dead, basically.
I think maybe as I like flicked off my sword cane, the stick part of it hit him.
No, it didn't.
Well,
Look, if
I'll
he
spend
took
a style point.
if
I'll
he-
spend a style point.
if he took one more damage, he'd be dead. So I don't know
That's
if
not damage. It's just being a dick.
dick is damage.
Quote it.
Fine.
I mean,
I'll-
yeah. So
I'll go ahead and take a shot at who's available, or take a shot at what I can.
okay. All right. So go ahead and make a shot, please. Difficulty 5. You got one more shot in your Derringer before you need to reload it. You have your speciality in this, yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and put like 1 asterisk at the beginning of the double Derringer name of your weapon, so we can see how many times you specialize in pistols, and anyone else who has that'd be just the easiest way to show that too. So, all right. So 8 damage. All right. So this guy's gonna roll defense. It's gonna be -2, but I think he is dead AF. Yeah. So he takes 6 damage, which kills him. So you shoot him in like the chest. And he's basically just like snaps out of his like I imagine it's like a white noise like in his head, and it sort of like skips and bumps and moves like almost like a record being like scratched or something like that, or like the needle is bouncing on the record basically, and that's what it sounds like. And he just sort of comes back into like focus, and he's basically just like there's just blood gushing out the front of his chest, and he's just like, oh scheiße, and just falls down onto the ground.
Okay.
Gideon, your turn, my man. Now you don't have to hold them in this, do you?
So 2 things. It doesn't say that I do.
Yeah, I don't
So
think you do.
The idea is
Yeah.
that I set up a state that is persistent in them, and they're still hearing my voice talking about the abyss, and just sort of
yeah.
see.
I like the idea that
at
while
least
you're
my-
attacking them, you're whispering to them as well to keep up the like. You don't necessarily have to like keep their attention or whatever. You can just keep talking and be maybe talk about like how they're enraptured and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah,
cool.
you hear him say,
No. Where you're going, you'll have no need of these. And I'm trying to take as many guns from them as I can.
Okay.
So, like, and then another thing in the spirit of fairness that I need to own up to is that you said that they're mezzed for four rounds, but I didn't roll that high. I got 2 successes over their rating, which means they're like one more full turn and they'll wake up. So.
Oh no!
I'm
If
taking-
it says what was it?
It said
it
over.
says equal to the total number of extra successes you rolled.
Oh, cool.
So,
All right.
so
Yeah.
extra is over the 2.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so we've got one more round to disarm or kill them all. So I'm gonna disarm at least 2. Just if needs be, I'll let my rifle fall. It's still strapped to my back, so I would just let it like falls pointing the ground.
Yeah.
Take 2 machine guns.
One for each
and-
hand. I get it. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. I think realistically, that's probably all I can do. My hands are full, and I'm still just like saying, see you in the grandfatherland, like this kind of stuff.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Nazi 3. We'll say that you took it from 2 and 4. So these are disarmed. I'll put another asterisk next to these guys. I'll put maybe a dollar symbol next to them. Fuck it, man. They're dollar. All right. So he snaps out of it, and he pulls the trigger. Right. His hands are in the same position that they were before, and he fucking just pulls the trigger, and he like he does like the little recoil thing, like how you think that when you fire a gun you're supposed to compensate for the recoil. He does that, but then he doesn't have like a gun in his hand. And his trigger finger like moves a bunch, and he's like, "What the?" He looks down. He doesn't have anything, and he just looks up at you, wide-eyed. And then he's going to like the first thing he does is he's just gonna try and throw a fist at you.
Well, sorry, hold on. I think there's one more. There's only been one turn since they were mezzed, so I think they are under the spell for one more full turn. Back round to me.
Okay,
'Cause
sure.
this is the
Yeah,
first time
yeah, I
I've
can count that. So like 1, like 2. So the first one count down to 1, then this one counts it down to 0, and then the next turn. Okay, sure. I can get down with that. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
comes
there's the
out
hope-
of it.
Is that Hyde is going to pulp them and Charles with the sword before the guys who still have guns.
Yeah. I get you. That makes perfect sense to me. I'm cool with that. So, Nazi 2, Nazi 3 and 2 take their Nazi 3, 2, and 4 have their turns. So Nazi 4 has no gun, and Nazi 3 also he has a gun, but he's waking up the next turn. Jackson.
So
There's a bunch of
Did-
people running around in this thing, and there's a Nazi who's armed himself with his SMG, and he's pointing it at you. What are you doing?
I'm shooting him.
Okay. The difficulty is still going to be 5, but I'm gonna give him a defense die, an extra one for random passerby, basically.
Okay.
So go ahead.
10.
Fuck it, man. Who cares? He's dead. Like, it doesn't matter. Like maybe. Oh, let's see. If he gets all 3 defense dies going off, you wing a person. Like, all right. So let's see.
Someone's leg gets caught and
Yeah.
grazed.
Yeah. You just shoot an Achilles heel or something. Oh yeah. You definitely do. So you're trying to lead him, and a dude runs past, and he's like, oh shit, and you just and it wings past his just past his chest. It the bullet spins, and it just fucking brains the dude, the Nazi on the ground. It's and his fingers on the trigger. He dies. His arm flings back, and he shoots bullets just missing you. You're not gonna get hit by this. He just his finger trigger holds down the fire button and just shoots up the train car.
It hits a metal thing and it ricochets and hits someone in the shoulder.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
and maybe no, you know what it is? The bar, right? The bullets
All the bottle
ricochet.
Oh, yeah.
All the bar,
Yeah.
all the bar bullets just and maybe he gets showered in alcohol as he's dying. Yeah.
the Jarius is reaching up like, my chandelier, no.
What was that song? Like two roses or something? It's like ba-da-da-da.
I yelled to the guy.
What is it? I'm trying to
wait.
find the song.
Rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it, yeah. Well, the chandelier's actually on him. It's crushed his ankle. That's why he's on the ground. So, but maybe there's another chandelier. I can see that. 2 chandeliers in a train car. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. So this guy dead AF. So we'll remove him. Nazi 6. Goodbye. You served Nazi kind valiantly. The only one who actually managed to do anything in his time, thanks to Gideon's mine bullets. Hyde, my man.
Yo, so
I just posted in chat really quick what was playing during that slow motion, like bottles exploding thing.
Nice.
I'm going to fire at the second Nazi that's behind Charles.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So same thing again, the instant reload, gun up to the shoulder, and then a single step forwards out of the smoke from the last shot, then fire again.
Yeah, I like the scene of you just like piercing the veil of like the black powdered smoke, and that's the shot we get as you fire. Go ahead.
He looks like a fucking gun elemental.
All right, so he has 2 defense. There's no way he can survive that. We basically, like, it's slow motion on you coming out of the smoke, but another Nazi just basically goes, and he just falls down, like, instantly in real time. And the same thing happens, like, maybe this time, like, you throw your fire up and you catch it, and then you bring it back down, reload the gun. Nice. Okay, perfect. So that was, I don't know, we'll make another nut. Which one, like, did you aim for one with a rifle?
So you know how there were 2 behind Charles? The first one I shot, and then the second one. So whichever one that one was, it was behind Charles.
Those were I think it works out because they were the ones who were furthest from me.
Yeah, they're the ones that you didn't. So we'll say that that's Nazi 1 then. All right, so he's out of the party. Goodbye, sir. Ooh. All right. Okay, 3 Nazis left. Charles, you're armed. You're dangerous.
So, total attack, it says you gain a +2 bonus to the attack roll, and instead of making a standard instead of making a standard total attack, your character may make 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Is that on different people, or?
If you want to make 2 attacks, you'll get your second attack will get a negative to it. I believe if it wants to be a different person. So what are you looking at? You're looking at total attacks. So that starts. What was that? 118.
Yes. Sorry, 120.
Just on the maneuvers page as well.
Okay. Auto fire, block, charge, disarm. Throw, total attack. Okay, when all matters, taking your opponent down, your character may go entirely offensive, disregarding zone safety, and gain a +2 to attack roll. Instead of making a standard total attack, your character makes 2 attacks in the same turn. Okay, like you want to attack 2 different people? Yeah, okay, I can see that happening. Absolutely, yeah.
So.
However, the total attack.
Actually, it specifically does say you do not need to target the same person.
Where does it say that?
Okay.
In the maneuvers PDF.
Sorry, that's dual wield, which doesn't even have to attack the same target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that dual wield says you don't have to attack the same target.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not exactly clear with the 2 attacks whether you have to attack the same person. But I guess considering the dual wield says you don't even have to attack the same target.
Okay, so you'll be doing. So there's 3 things. There's dual wield, flurry, and rapid fire. You'll be doing a flurry.
Okay.
So you attack twice using melee or bare hands. You give up the normal attack bonus, and you take a -4 penalty on each attack. So that's what that does. So you can total attack is when you attack, you get a +2, and you give up your passive defense for the round.
Yeah.
Flurry is when you attack more than once. If you like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
You get a -4 penalty on each attack, but you can target 2 different people if you wanted to within close range. So,
Okay.
Woodbury is out like a fucking light. Like he got clocked so fucking hard that he just fell. So yeah.
He got crumpled.
Yeah, he got.
All right, so
The maneuvers PDF actually just state outright what things do rather than trying to elaborate on things. So
yeah,
if you ever want like specific ratings and stuff, we'll be using the maneuvers PDF to make decisions.
okay. I'm just gonna standard attack and shove my sword. I'm just gonna shove my sword straight through.
Okay, so you want to do?
Right.
Are you doing a +2 on your attack with your total? Are you doing a total attack just once?
Yeah, let's do a total attack.
So you'll get basically total attack will give you a +2 on your attack on your dice.
Yeah.
But you don't get any passive defense, which means that if you get attacked, you'd only take your body roll, not your Yeah, but you're not in any danger of that happening because people have to wake essentially. Or no, there's one person who's going to be able to attack next turn. So, but that's just it. Okay, so what are you trying to do?
So the 2 behind me have been killed.
Yes.
I imagine Charles barely notices that he's very pissed off that he got his sword caught. And he's just going to, he's thrown off his stick sword and it's unsheathed and he's just going to try and shove it straight through the neck of one of the soldiers.
So you're going for the head?
Yeah, just like
You'd like to aim for the head? So that's a -4 if you do that. So you'd be rolling
so
-2.
-2. Okay.
Because you got a +2. So
yeah.
Remember, these guys don't have their active defense. I don't know if that matters.
yeah,
Cool.
Difficulty
5 always for combat. Yeah. Speciality.
Yeah.
So in your cane sword, just put an asterisk for how many times you specialized in it. So, okay, cool. Yeah, 5 damage. So let's see what the Nazi soldier does, because this might not kill him. So, -2, difficulty 5. Oh yeah, no, you get him. Good job. Yeah, you basically just like maybe you just stand up, you just like pirouette or whatever, and just real quick, just in and out, and he's just like. Wait, he snaps out of it and he just like can't breathe and crumples. So now, is this the guy with the gun?
It's whoever's in front of me. Charles just
roll me a 1d3, please.
Okay.
Since you didn't specify him. Okay. Yep. It's a guy who's had their gun removed. So this is Nazi 4.
Of course it is, Charles. Of course it is. And he goes
Nazi 2, Nazi 3, and Nazi 4. Nazi 3 has his gun still, so I went straight down. So
yeah. Okay. So he stabs him straight through the neck, and as the guy falls to the floor, he goes, "A magician never reveals his tricks."
You're a fucking idiot. So yeah, the restaurant room clears out. Trailer clears out. Solomon. You've expended both your bullets in your Derringer, but there is a SMG that you can pick up and use terribly, most likely.
Presumably loaded.
Yes, they did that. So
Oh yeah, they did.
How many Nazis are left?
2, and they both seem to be enthralled. So.
Well, I guess I'll take my action to reload then.
Yeah.
After my turn, they wake up with machine guns. Just
one of them does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to know how you reload with one arm. I just think it'd be it's.
Well, look, it's I imagine it like you're specialized in pistols, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a certain panache for reloading. Like you can throw up the 2 bullets and like throw the other ones out and just sort of collect them in the air with a gun. You know, like.
Oh, that's so cool! Yeah.
like when you're specialized in shit, that's when you get like the fucking slow motion, like fucking unclicking the sword, camera zooming in, and if you're not, you're just like.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he shouldn't be allowed to. I just think it's fascinating how he does it. Like,
how do you do it? Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like how how you see people who like are really good at poker. They can like do that thing with the poker chips.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, the Derringer is such a small gun. That
You
I
have the
basically-
bullets in the other fingers, and you just like slide them in.
The the bullets are in my next to my ring finger and my pinky.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm here, so I'm just like going like this and putting them in, and then going.
Man, for some reason,
That's so cool.
okay, for some reason I can't get it out of my mind now. I just imagine you having like feet hands. You know what I mean? Like you're so well trained and not having an arm, you can use your feet. Like your foot comes out with 2 bullets and reloads your gun. So that, like, you know, like.
Jarius Solomon would have the coolest first-person Battlefield reloads. You know how they have the special ones?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's just like.
Yeah, like
Yeah. And every time he does the one-liner of like, "Remind me to tell you how I use this in surgery."
and I'm going to as well take cover.
All right, yeah, you can just open a door of one of the. Oh no, it'd be a sliding door, so you can just sort of hide around the first compartment, sort of thing, easily enough. Yeah. Okay, Gideon, my man. There's
Okay,
one
well,
Nazi in
start-
front of you with a rifle in his hand. You've got 2 in your hands, and you've got a rifle
Yeah.
on your back. What do you want to do?
So I'm. I'm
Cane
going to
sword on
turn
your belt.
around, slide the guns down the train car towards my friends back there, and just say,
Which direction? Towards Hyde or towards Solomon? 'Cause
no,
he's
the
behind
other
you.
way, because there's Nazis between Hyde and me. So
Okay.
so the other
Towards
way
Solomon. Yeah.
Yeah, the guys who have pistols that have been emptied, and I just say, courtesy of the Thule Society. They yield to your superior blood, and then I turn around, and
That's
if I
great.
still have actions, I will try to take the last Nazi's gun. If not, I'll just ready my weapon.
Yeah, you can ready your weapon easily enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably not like passing someone a rifle, the 2 rifles down the hallway. Yeah, I would have let you ready a weapon for sure.
Okay.
All right. So
I take aim. Not aim, not as the action, but just generally point it towards the guy who has a gun.
all right. Nazi 3 snaps out, still holding his SMG. He looks around at. There's a man with a sword. What have you got? You've got a rifle in front of you? Like you're holding the rifle now?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm behind Charles a ways, like sort of almost between the 2 cars, and I've definitely got the rifle, and I'm lifting it towards him, kind of probably around Charles. I don't want to shoot him, obviously.
All right. So
Does it look like a regular rifle, or is it modified in some way?
It looks super weird. It looks like a kind of a. It's ever so slightly mad science. It looks like a gun designed to launch syringes.
All right. So he's going to do what's called a strafing shot. He's going to shoot multiple opponents with a full clip of ammunition, essentially. So there's about 5 foot of distance between you two, or maybe even 10. For every 5 foot between the 2 distances, he suffers a -2 penalty. So he's going to get a -4 on this. Basically, both of you are going to roll defense against the same attack, is how this works. So, let's see. How many bullets does this SMG actually shoot? So he can shoot 36 bullets at once. But the number of bullets doesn't increase the number of damage. This isn't Cyberpunk. So you're still going to take the same thing. He's just going to expend an entire clip to do it. So let's see how he goes. All right. So he's going to get 2 successes. So I need both of you to roll your active defense, which is just your straight defense, for me, please.
5 difficulty.
Yes, 5 difficulty. Okay, yeah. Charles, the bullets sort of like pepper up your leg and stuff like that, but are you like maybe like it's a thick cloth of the uniform that you're wearing, but essentially like it's unknown where your like chest starts and the cloth ends as part of like the majesty of your outfit right now.
I'm in the magician's outfit.
You are, yes. So
I
it's
can
hard
almost imagine that he's actually still got his uniform, and then the Lawrence of Arabia clothes, and then the magician's outfit over that, and it's serving as body armor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you get the same amount of successes as a defense, as an attack, you still get hit, but you don't take damage. So essentially, your outfit has bullet holes in it, but you are unscathed. Maybe you have like little grazes on you or something like that. So the bullets definitely hit you, but you don't take any like damage essentially from this. I guess Gideon, you just like, I don't know, dance. Like maybe you foresaw this. Maybe your psychic ability just goes, and you just sort of get the idea to step to the left a little bit, and the bullets go up the hallway. You know,
I was probably counting the seconds. You know, like all right and goodbye.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, left. Yeah. And with that, like the clip like drops out of his SMG onto the ground with the rest of the spent ammunition around him. So we get like, it's basically like a good 3 seconds of this ducka, 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 as this as he like fucking shoots all of his ammunition down this hallway, and the silence, the smoke, the magazine just falls out, hits the ground. Nazi 2 is you know, he tries to do what I said before, tries to take a shot and he can't, but then he'll see Charles next to him and he's going to try and like kick you into the wall as hard as he can. Charles,
bring it, bitch.
So go ahead and make, since you, oh wait, no, you, sorry, you did a full attack last time, right?
Yeah.
I need you to roll your defense again with a negative, with removing your dexterity, please. This
So
is for
just the body.
Yeah, so just roll defense negative your body count score. So, no, negative your dexterity score.
Negative your dexterity.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be for the shot, the first one. Okay, yeah, you get hit.
Now I failed.
You get hit with this, yeah. So yeah, basically you take. What is your stun rating?
3.
Okay, you're fine. You take 2 damage as a couple of these bullets like graze into your leg and chest. So what is your current health? Your max health?
7.
7. So wow, really? I guess you are focused on combat. That makes sense. I'm used to people being like, "My health is 2, Dave." It's like, okay, yeah. So take 2 off the max, and this is lethal damage. So
Interestingly, my dex is 1, so I only got 1 less dice. It's just the rolls were a lot fucking worse.
wow, it really is. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So the way that you mark this sheep is you'll have maximum, which is 7. So at 7, click it twice in the circle, and it'll have like a gun symbol. So
yeah. So I do 7 and 6.
Yeah, 7 and 6, and then in your current health, just put 5. Now you can expend style points. You can go 2 for 1 damage if you don't want to take any damage. So
I only have 1 style anyway. I spent my other on my clothes, which has now been ripped up. So fucking brilliant. Thank you, Edney.
all right, and now this man is going to kick you as well. So
bring it, bitch.
and you still only have your body roll on this as well. So he's going to do a brawl. Difficulty 5. All right, so he got a success of 1. So don't roll poorly. Okay, yeah, he kicks you, but you just sort of like, I don't know, like maybe put your sword between it or whatever. So he kicks like your sword or something. Like how do you block it?
I just take it.
You just take it? Okay.
Yeah. He just kicks me, and I'm just like, ha.
Ha. The king of my country protects me from this.
I played rugby, you know.
I played rugby, you know. I love that. That's so good. All right. And Jackson. No more Nazis in your train.
No, I'd probably. Can I make an investigation roll to see if I can find anything on Loach's body?
Yeah, you can just spend you don't need an investigation. You can just spend your turn like corpse looting if you want.
Yeah, I'm just basically looking for anything like, how did they find us? Is there anything that he has that we don't? Does he have money?
Okay. So you can spend your turn doing that. I'll go over it in a minute because it sounds like combat's about to be over anyway. So hide. 2 dudes left. What do you do?
Yo, so I want to walk up to the one that just kicked Charles.
Mm-hmm.
That's the unarmed one.
Oh, is that the one on the other side of you?
Yeah. No. The closest one.
Oh no, the
Yeah.
two that are left are both facing me, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's all right. I guess I will just.
No, the
step
one
forward.
with the rifle who shot. He's not facing you.
Oh, that's perfect then. So I'm going to step up next to him,
Mhm.
and then just like look at him, and he's going to look at me, and I'm holding the rifle like at an angle pointed straight at him,
Mhm.
and I'm going to pull the trigger.
Yay!
So you're just like holding it at his side, and he just like looks down at it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's not going to be able to defend against that. Oh, we can try. We'll see. Yeah, no. Yeah, you just like fucking. I imagine like there's a cart. There's a like a little container where people are sitting. I forget what I called them. You just shoot him. He just flies through the fucking door. And there's like there's a family there, and they're like ah, or something like that. So
They've just been sitting quietly watching this whole scene play out the whole time, and now they're scared.
yeah. I mean, like there's noise going on everywhere, obviously, but like, yeah, pulp. Okay, so that was the gun guy. So that was Nazi 2. So he goes away. Boom. All right. And Charles, this guy kicked you.
This guy kicked me. Yes, it'd be poor form to stab the chap. I'm gonna headbutt him. I'm gonna grab him by his uniform and just.
All right. Well, we won't count that as a brawl. We'll count that. We won't count that as a grapple. We'll count that as a brawl because your intent is to do damage. So go ahead and make that attack for me, please.
Okay.
Do you specialize in this? No.
No.
Okay. How much is like? I'm trying to work out how much actual lethal combat is. Brawling.
I don't add in like my strength or anything. Wait, no.
That's what I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to work out whether your damage is like your strength or what the deal is there. I'll look this up because it definitely needs to be expanded upon. Combat. Throw, stand up, sprint, parry, grapple, dodge, some. Attack action. Okay. Okay, 122. Okay. No, it doesn't tell me how much. I think. Oh, God, I want to say that I think it's based on your strength because it makes sense that it would be.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Block, aim.
No, it's not in the combat maneuvers. So damage. Hang on, let me just go to damage because I'm pretty sure it might be in there. Okay, damage, size, cover, defense, multiple attackers. Oh yeah, we weren't doing multiple attackers. Oh, whatever, doesn't matter. We'll do that later. There's tons of like little minutia rolls in this game, like multiple people attacking you, so you take more damage. So, okay, doesn't fucking say, which is really annoying. Okay, yeah, it doesn't say. What was that? Graham, you saying something? No? Okay. What? Do you remember how much you were doing when you did your pugilist in the last game?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like you might need a trait to make it like. I know you need a trait to make it lethal.
I don't want to make it. I'm just looking to knock the guy out.
Yeah. God, this is the worst. Wish I knew. I wish I could tell you, man. Like, I'll look this up. Let's say for now it's based on your strength.
3.
So your strength is 3. So that's how much damage you. Well, it's so the way that it works is it's damage plus additional stuff that you get. So is there like a damage? No, there's not.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with. For now, we'll go with like your strength. So, all right. So you rolled a 3. I'm gonna roll defense for him. All right. Yeah. You just fucking clock this Nazi.
Okay.
So you do 5 damage to him, which is enough to knock him unconscious. Like he just crumples. You headbutt him and he's just like, ugh. He just slides.
He
off
just
your
like
body.
crumples in my hand, and
Yeah.
then I'll just, seeing as combat's over, I'll just drag him into the other cabin with me.
All right. So yeah, the smoke settles a little bit, and that's where we take our second break for the night. Gentlemen adventurers have put down 8 Nazis, I guess, total. Congratulations. Very well fought, gentlemen. Small, slight caps and cucumber sandwiches for all of you.
Golf claps.
Golf claps, yes. So we cut back to our dear friend, Francis Jackson, elbow deep in dead Nazi, trying to find anything at all. What exactly are you looking for specifically? Because, on him, there's Luger rounds. He's got 2 clips for the Luger. And he's got, basically it's Nazi, commander stuff. So he's got his medals. He's got his shoulder pins. He's got his uniform. He's got his hat. He's got the cape thing. So if you wanted to take a Nazi commander uniform, you totally could.
That's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting with arms open for the discard.
Yeah.
I'm letting him have all the stuff that's important, and I want the disguise.
Yeah. Okay. And on top of that, you'll find it's kind of like the way I describe the Thule Society Nazis is especially the commanders and shit. They're well into their bling. They love just gold medallions and shit like that, right? It's not necessarily anything that's ooh, it's magical or whatever, but there are just rings and shit like that all over them. You also find
they wouldn't look out of place in a 40k game.
Yes. Yeah, yes. The Thule Society Nazi soldiers are just Nazi soldiers. There's nothing special about them, right? They have the helmets, whatever. But the leaders, they're chock-a-block full of gold and stuff like that.
So there's no paper plans or any sort of letters or notes.
I mean, he had his journal, and his journal was literally just a collection of the information that you gave him, as well as the information that they've managed to find. But to give you a perspective, it's nothing compared to the information that you found in his in Solomon's journal, right? Sorry, Wesley's journal, not Solomon. Why am I thinking of Solomon? So yeah, they've come close to their own findings. If you were to go through it, we'll go through it later, right? You can spend time going through their journals.
Yeah, well, I'll take the journals and stuff of value, and then we'll just take the disguise for use later.
Yeah. God. Jordan, what did you say before? You said a one-liner, and I want to copy that down somewhere.
When I was mesmerizing them, or something else?
It's something else.
Compliments of the Thule Society.
Yes, that's it. Yes, compliments. Yes. Yeah, so that'll be the name of the episode.
Nice.
It's a good name. Yeah. Take a style point for naming the episode, by the way.
Thank Thank you. I'm dry, so that's well appreciated.
Yeah.
I just want intel and valuables,
Yep.
basically.
So in terms of style points, Doc, fucking my man, take a fucking style point for your shit. That was incredible. You did fantastic in that fight. I want to give one to Charles as well, for headbutting a fucking Nazi. Like, that's pretty insane. I'll give one to Graham Solomon as well for his descriptor of reloading his pistol. I thought that was pretty fucking insane. Yeah. So that's where we'll break that down. What was that?
I think you take the Luger in the rounds.
Yeah, sure. So you got a Luger with 9 round. Sorry, the Luger is it's 2 damage. Its cap is 8. So you've got 2 clips of 8. So just put that somewhere. And its range is 50 feet, and its rate of fire is M for semi-automatic. So basically, you can do like 3-round burst and stuff like that with this pistol. So, yep. And yeah, so I mean, you basically just get like I would say that the gold is worth something if you wanted to sell it, but like there's no real like you would have to take it to like a goldsmith or something like that, and even then like jewelry has a secondhand value. You probably get shafted a lot more than like actually getting a gold bar of it or something like that.
It'd be hard to sell it as jewelry because it would be pretty obviously Nazi jewelry.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and that's the other part of it too. It's more valuable, in my opinion, as a part of the disguise, because the commanders, like if you just were like if you had the whole regalian outfit of like a commander, a lot of Nazi mooks wouldn't even fucking turn a head. Like they'd just be like, "Oh shit, eyes up, don't look at him," sort of thing, or else he'll stab us or whatever the fuck they do.
And the commander was like about the size of M. Bison, though, right?
Yeah,
How big
he has fucking thighs and big chest muscles and shit like that. So yeah, he was a big man.
I guess the only person in our party that could pull that off would be like Woodbury.
But even then, like I mean, it wouldn't take Gideon here has a disguise check, so he could retrofit that to fit. Like it's pulp, cool. Right? Like the only time it doesn't mean anything is when I want it to be like you walk around looking like a toddler in a fucking grown man's shirt, right? It's never really gonna come out. So imagine it just fits, right, for the most part. Cool. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what you get from all that. If you search the rest of the Nazis, you obviously there's 7 MP38 SMGs. Each there's about maybe like 8 clips of total ammunition between the lot. Does anyone want to take an SMG as a rifle? No? Okay.
I definitely want to take them off of this train. Like regardless of whether we use them, like I will pile as many as I can carry into my backpack and get them out of here.
Yeah, they might be like worthy. Like for example, if you run into like the Black Hand later on, you might be able to trade like guns, for something.
Like I am
being allowed outside,
and I consider those extremely valuable. So
sure, yep.
Well, they probably would as well. Like fully functioning automatic weapons,
exactly.
Not easy to come by at the time.
Yep.
I'd like Mr. Solomon C to
Woodbury?
Yeah. Again. Solomon, old chap, could you?
Yeah, that's cool. I can do that. Don't remove them. Don't remove the Nazis just yet. I need to take some grafts.
The conscious, the not dead one.
There's one unconscious one that you can use for experimenting if you wanted to do some stuff.
That's fine. We'll use it. Okay, so medicine check for Woodbury.
Yeah, so this would be a -3 because that's where he's at right now on his scale. So he's like he's close to death. Like he is almost dead. Like basically it's not just putting like skin over it either. His nose is literally crushed into his skull almost, and he's having a hard time breathing.
He's fine. He's fine.
It's cool. I got you.
He's been through worse.
Difficulty.
The difficulty here. So there's no. So here's the thing. This is where the game gets sticky because like I can set the difficulty however I like, and in a normal game, the difficulty comes from how many successes I require you to get. In this case, I'm going to say the difficulty is going to be 8 because it is like, you will be basically like repairing a broken nose that's in his skull. Are you specialized in this?
No.
Okay.
No.
So 3. Okay. So yeah, he goes back to 0. Like he's just not going to die now. You basically stabilize him.
Good job, Solomon.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
what do we want to do with this unconscious chap?
I need him.
You need him? Do you want me to wake him up first?
No, I need his parts actually.
All right. Well, jolly good. And I just
Parts.
drop him down onto the floor and have at it.
Have had it.
Okay.
I'm sort of stepping around past them to one of the guys that's bleeding out, and I'm crouching down really low over him, like his last few breaths kind of fogging my glasses, and I say, I told you a white lie. They don't look like you in the fatherland. They would consider you a sad albino mutant. Perhaps it's better that you shall never see it.
With his final breath, he'll spit blood at you in your face.
Okay.
You know, like,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
Yeah. Pull out a hanky and just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think as
So
you're standing
That
up
was in
from,
German, by the way.
Okay, in German. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're standing up from taunting the dying soldier, I'm going to be standing directly in front of you. And I'll just lean in and go, here, I thought I was the most deadly thing on this train. I'm keeping an eye on you. Then walk back towards the dining cart to have a drink.
Yeah. Imago has witnessed what you can do, and he says fucking nothing,
Yeah.
and waits for you to
Don't-
walk by.
Don't worry, Hyde's scared of you too. That was fucking crazy.
Charles,
Mutual
Charles-
respect.
Charles just walks up to Gideon, slaps him hard on the back, and goes, "Well done, old boy. That's a jolly good fight."
Yeah.
We took care of them right quick.
Catch my sunglasses as they fall off my face. Like, oh, jeez. And he coughs a couple of times and says, you acquitted yourself rather well. And just kind of coughs.
Yes, very bracing.
I'll collect a square foot of back tissue.
Square foot. This guy has
I mean,
no
he's getting it from the right spot. So
I also like the idea that there is a swastika like tattooed on this man's back that the skin just happens to have it on there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And
A square foot of skin. Jesus Christ. That's like the back and then like some of the front, you know?
I'm also going to remove basically his thumbprint.
That's grisly. Why?
None of your business.
No, I'm the GM. Of course it's my business.
You're not a doctor. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, don't
Trust
worry
me,
about
I'm a
it.
doctor.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. It
Yeah,
may
yeah.
or may not
Yeah, I can
be
see it in the future. It's just like, oh man, if only we had a Nazi thumbprint that we could use to get through this door.
but
I do, GM, right here. It's wrinkled, and I put it in Brian, but it'll work. Flatten it out. Beep. Yeah.
So I've got that. And then I'll just say, anybody want to take care of this? I'm done.
Just kick him out the side. If you do your thing, get PC fingers into the dead Nazis, you will find like truck keys and some Jeep keys and stuff like that.
Who can drive?
But yeah, the train stops. That's the next problem you guys have. You're not going anywhere anytime soon. And it seems like most of the people are like sort of outside the train, just sort of looking in, like all the people and stuff like that. So
Fine. We're driving. So I throw the keys to Jonathan.
Wait, no, I can't drive. I can ride. That's different.
gratifying.
Woodbury can
Actually
drive.
drive.
Yeah,
Woodbury.
Woodbury's out, mate. He's not waking up anytime
I just
soon.
tap him a little bit. Woodbury, Woodbury, we need you to drive. Come on, old chap.
It's going to take several hours for him to wake up from this.
I'll tap him for several hours then.
Francis, can you drive? Francis, can you drive now? Somebody get behind the wheel. Somebody with two
No.
arms behind the wheel and figure it out.
I'll go.
I could probably figure it out.
All right.
You can roll
what is
Drive skill?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Drive skill, I believe, is dexterity, but I could be wrong. Yes, it's dex. So you'll be rolling dex -2 to drive it. So
in that case, I probably might be the best option here.
look,
Yeah,
guys.
dex-
Here's the thing, right? This is a drive skill. It's not let me dodge these landmines while driving this car.
Well, we
skill.
don't fucking know. Every other vehicle we've got in has gone to shit.
I had a set of wooden toy trains as a child. I think I can figure this out, and I'm gonna go and try and figure it out.
All right. Well, there's
Everyone else is just gonna.
I mean, presumably we know how to drive. It's just a question of if we can do really good drive.
yeah.
I have
Well,
a dexterity of 1.
when you're under duress, that is the only time that I will make you guys roll a
Yeah.
drive check, right? So, or if you wanted to shoot off the back of a horse, I would make you make a ride check, that sort of thing. I'm not going to make you be like, okay, can you drive to Jerusalem? Find out after this roll. I'm not going to do that. That's silly. So, you guys, collect all your belongings. At one point you're outside and there is, Francis the Great, and he's just like, I say, sir, what did you do to those men?
Francis, it's lovely to see you.
You've ruined the outfit that I gave you. What is wrong with you?
It wasn't my fault.
I could see that.
But-
You're
but
covered in
also paid
blood.
for it.
I just hate to see one of my outfits ruined so quickly.
Can't be helped. It's a wonderful outfit. It really is. It didn't work. It worked on Mr. Hyde, but everyone else saw right through it.
Yes, well, just between you and me, Mr. Hyde doesn't look like the type that would understand much.
Well, I don't want to speak badly of the chap, but
By the way, who is Mr. Hyde?
it was he's around here somewhere.
Yes. Well, perhaps we should get this train moving then, yes? Get
Can
to
you
our
drive?
destination? Can I drive? Of
Yeah.
course I can drive. I
Oh,
drive
brilliant.
the
Get on the
entertainment of everyone here. And
Did-
you and everyone in the future. And the past and the
wheel?
present. I can also
you drive
drive
the
it.
train. Yeah, can you drive the train, old chap?
Wait, the train conductor is right here. You just need to ask him.
What does he look? Does he look like he speaks English?
How do you know what a look of English speak? I'm just sitting here just trying to work out the answer.
Is he?
Does he
European?
look like he speaks English?
What color is he?
Good.
Come on, Henley.
The
Yeah.
colonial mind.
I'm just sitting there just like I was about to say he is Caucasian, as is most of the train. Yes.
Oh. Can we get this train rolling, sir?
Of course. So we just need to remove the blockage from the railway, and everything will be fine. You look ahead of you. There is like several trucks and jeeps on the actual train line.
We don't have anyone who can drive.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure we can just drive them.
you can
off the
push
train
them
tracks.
off the
Wait,
fucking train tracks.
Several trucks and jeeps, but we only killed 8 guys.
Yes. There's 2 trucks and then there's a jeep.
There are
Okay.
people out. Do we see other drivers just hanging out?
Yeah, so I mean, are there Nazis milling about the trucks?
No.
Dr. Gideon says there were multiple witnesses. Those bodies are still on the train. If we arrive with the train, surely someone will report the incident. We don't want any attention.
Right. So truck.
How about
he's like looking at the jeep and very doubtfully at the train, given that we were already worried about entering Jerusalem with an Englishman, etc.
2 Englishmen?
All right, well, let's
All right.
take the
Let's load
The Jeep
the
truck.
Englishmen back in the barrels, and throw them in the back of the Jeep, and go.
I'm not getting back in the bloody barrel.
We gotta get past checkpoints somehow.
He's not in any state to be in a damn barrel.
He can be in a crate.
I talk to the train conductor dude, and I say, "Listen, old man, we're going to head off in one of these trucks. You stay here for an hour or so, wait for us to leave, and then you can go about your business."
Well, take them bloody bodies with you. I don't want them on here.
No, we don't. We don't have space for them. We're taking a truck. Just
I
put them
want
in the
nothing
truck.
to do with Nazis, sir.
We
Well, neither
leave
do we.
them in the sand.
Yeah, just dump them outside the train. It's fine.
Yeah, like Doc Gideon is already with his 2 strength trying to drag bodies off the train and just roll them down the dunes.
Okay, yeah, no problems. Yeah, if you
I
guys
think
do that, they'll be
probably-
willing to make sure that everyone's treated and not damaged and hurt, and maybe clean up the mess in the train car a little bit. But yeah, they'll follow suit. Maybe they won't wait an hour. Maybe they will. Hard to say.
Well, that's okay. We're going to leave the other truck on the tracks.
I like it.
I mean, it's definitely not hard to neutral push, right? It wouldn't be hard for them to do that.
It'll take them a bit. It'll slow them down.
We'll leave the handbrake.
I'd rather not them arrive before us.
Right. I'd rather not have the bodies following us.
Oh, I mean, if you guys remove the bodies from the train, they're not going to make a conscious effort to put them back on.
Yeah, there's still, but to their point, there's still evidence of gunfire. The train itself is
And
evidence.
the witnesses, like, if they get in and be like, "Hey, there was a big gunfight. This group of weird guys."
Yeah. So
Nazis are dead."
the train driver will then be like, "What? I mean, I have a schedule to keep, but I can look the other way
Oh, good.
for a fee."
I have $10.
You have no money.
Okay.
I have $10 actually.
No, you spent
Solomon,
20.
do you have
so-
the keys?
Yeah, and I
to the
had
truck?
30.
Fucking lie to me, bitch.
I did. I had 30.
We went over this. We said you have 20, and you're like, "Okay, I give 20 to him," and I was like, "It's only going to cost you 10."
yeah, no, that's very true. No, I forgot about that. I have no money.
I seem to recall gold and jewelry on some Nazi bodies.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot the tire on the truck.
You fucker. He just walk up and just like, and he's like, "What?"
Well, now you don't need to get paid. Let's go, chaps.
Yep.
Francis, do you want to come with us? This is Francis the Great I'm talking to.
Where we both look and like, I'm
No,
driving.
Not you, old boy. Francis the Great. Do you need a lift, old boy?
I would love a lift, sir.
Fantastic. Let's go.
So he'll put on his little cape thing, little hoodie thing, and he'll jump into the Jeep. What are you guys taking, a truck or a Jeep? Because you can take one or the other.
Truck, I think, would be better.
And there's a lot of us, I think. That
Yeah.
might
You have
be
a
crammed in the
duffel
Jeep.
bag of guns now.
Got my surgeon's bag, my normal stuff.
Yeah, and you got your
I
luggage.
think truck works better.
Okay, yeah. So
But does it have obvious Nazi symbolry all over it?
nah, it's
Or
just like a
standard green truck.
It's just like a fucking almost they took it from the British. I would say.
Okay,
it's
cool.
probably more likely what's happened here. So it probably has British insignia on it, if anything,
That might get dicey later, but we'll just
or
take it.
the drab olive green military
it's just
truck
a,
sort of thing.
It's a
Yeah.
standard green truck.
Cool.
Henley, do I get any psychic impression off this
Truck.
magician?
Oh, that's a good point. You don't get you don't get a strong impression like what you got from your companions. But you do get a twinge, right? Maybe he touches you and your skin sort of crawls or whatever at his touch. And maybe you get goosebumps around where his hand was, but other than that, you don't get any this man is going to be your savior sort of thing or nothing like that. No, but
Roll for love at first sight.
but you do get
No,
like
it's
a
quite the opposite. He's wiping sweat from hauling bodies out. He's looking at this guy who's been invited to join the party, and he's actively trying not to shake his head, and he says, "Another student of the occult.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
He just like tips his bolero down and like kind of piles into the jeep.
I like the idea that both of you like have the same like you sit next to each other and you both sort of look at each other and you both like.
Oh God. I think Gideon does not trust him because of the Terra Arcanum. So like I think it's probably like maybe that's what the magician does, and Gideon's just like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I didn't witness most of his exchange with Charles. Like from what I know, we suddenly have a magician. Like you just get one in the desert.
Yeah.
No, well, I wandered into his cabin and had a little chat with him. That's it. It's just he's a friendly guy who helped me out, so I figured I'd offer him a lift.
I mean, that's basically been the
just
last couple of
see,
days
like,
for you, isn't it?
Your own image explaining that to a pair of sunglasses that do not move. Like not pleased, but not talking about it.
Yeah.
I'll just sort of like purposefully confirm Gideon's suspicions that, he does make his living off of deception. Just leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Well, we get the the zoom out as you guys drive your truck, hopefully to Jerusalem. Before we put a blind on this episode, we get a pullout, and there is like a man who's wearing like a scientist uniform, and he's got like light brown hair, and he's sort of like adjusting his rimmed spectacles, and he's holding like a clipboard with some paper, and he's looking over like what can only be assumed like a giant like illuminated like table underneath illuminated map, and there's this red blood stain with a line, and on it, and the line, like if we look over at it's if we get a close up on the map, it is basically centered on the train line where you guys were, and he's the gentleman's like, oh fiddlesticks, this is not good, and he'll like go over to a man who's sitting on like what can only be described as sort of like a throne almost, and that's the only way I could really sort of describe it. But behind
Is it a
him,
golden throne.
no, it's not. It's just sort of like a big pompous chair, and behind him are like banners draped down with the red Nazi background color. With inside of it is a swastika with a dagger through it on both of the symbols in gold, and the scientist will say, Dr. Wattenberg, it seems that Commander Lurch has perished, and he'll like lean forward and go, really? You're telling me is that Commander Lurch and his sizable force of our young Nazi warriors has perished? Where did he die? Show me. And he'll like drag him over to the map, and he'll show him in between on the railroad between Jerusalem and where you started, which was Ramel. And he's like, it would appear that he has perished along the train line to Jerusalem, sir. And he's like, Dr. Pap. And it's like, yes, sir. And it's like, why don't you take Eva with you and go investigate? You can take the stones and get there quickly. He's like, whew, I've always wanted to use the stones, sir. How many soldiers can we take with us? It's like, as many as you need. It does not matter. Their lives mean nothing to me. And he'll turn around like dramatically, and his like Nazi fucking cape thing will like twirl in the wind. And he will Dr. Reynold Othmar Pup will, put his fingers together and be like, finally. Oh, I can't wait. And we get almost like a big sort of blue orby like circle, like a doorway. Like someone opens up a door. Like there's a normal looking door. He opens it up, and inside of it is just like a rippling blue liquid. And they just sort of behind them is like X amount of Nazi soldiers, too much to count, and they start marching through this line like one at a time, in a file basically, and Eva, who is this? The only way I could describe her is like a very attractive brunette woman in Nazi outfit. Like anytime you think of Nazi pulp and you think of like the woman in the series, just imagine like big-breasted, slim,
high boots,
tight skirt, appropriate makeup for being in the military, that sort of stuff. He will turn to Eva and say, I've never been so excited in my life. This is going to be an extreme advantage for me. I'm going to be able to learn so much from the field. And Eva will be like, quiet. I tire of your voice already. And then she'll walk through, and he'll be the last one, and he'll jump through as well. And then like the liquid will just like and just pop and disappear. That's where we'll leave it. It seems you guys have amassed the ire of the Thule Society. So I'm already imagining Dr. Girlfriend. Yes, it's just like, oh love, how are you doing? Welcome to the Thule Society. I'm Dr. Girlfriend. Like, God. That's where we'll leave today's episode. Let's do some XP before we move on here. So oh man, where do I find that XP page? I always forget this. I need to write it down somewhere. Combat. But yeah, I think everyone's got their enough style points from today. I think everyone's did some exceptional fucking role playing and stuff like that. I think we've done quite well.
XP is 115.
115. Thank you. I was going too far. I need to write that down somewhere. Okay. Okay. 115. All right. Here we go. All right. Everyone gets 1 experience point for being a part of the game session. Everyone gets 1 for experiencing danger. I want to give a second one to Charles for being put in a situation like that, and he put himself in that situation, but that's how you get experience in this game. Role playing, I want to give everyone 2 points for that. Everyone did exceptional role playing today, so I'm happy to let that go. Success, did they further the plot? I think so. You're making your way to Jerusalem, so everyone take another one. Wisdom, when they learn something critically important. I don't think anyone did. I mean, outside of the audience learning something about the Thule Society, I don't think you guys did. So yeah, none for that one. And yeah, I think that's where we'll call it. Let's do some shout outs. Drummer Boy, let's start with you, my man.
Hello, I'm Drummer Boy. I write a whole bunch of music for the internet. I'm going to be writing music on my channel tomorrow morning. It's the 3rd session on like a 2 Steps from Hell big orchestral epic style track for a friend of mine's IRL campaign. So that's going to be cool. Usually I play The Witcher on the weekends. I don't know if that's going to happen this weekend because I got family in town, and my family's doing Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend because it's on Monday. So one of the families out here, we're going to do all that together. So I don't know if I'll be doing Witcher this weekend, but can keep an eye on Twitter or whatever if you want to see some original Witcher game, because it's an experience.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it really is. My favorite part of the original Witcher is collecting the fucking sex cards. Like,
I'm kind of avoiding that because it just feels so weird.
no, it's great, man. Like you go out of your way to try and like collect them in a book. It's such a fucking like of its time mechanic that it's just kind of like you need to experience it. It's great.
Yeah, well, for the interest of like Twitch stuff and like random sex and
there's nothing.
nipples and stuff, it's like
the modern the Witcher 3 does a lot
to
more.
the censored version. The censored version has like a convenient cloth covering anything sensitive.
Yeah,
convenient cloth. Okay, cool. Sheepdog, what up, sir? How you doing? Let's get a shout out.
Hey, Sheepdog Gaming on YouTube. I do videos daily. Check them out. Search me, you'll find me.
On the YouTube. Yep.
On the YouTube.
All right. Let's go with Jordan, aka Nullspeak. What up, sir?
Hey, yeah, you can find me on Twitter at @nullspeak, mostly talking about my work on indie games with Question. And I also run a permadeath D&D campaign at Dice with Death on YouTube, sort of pre-recorded stuff. But if you die, you're off the show, player and character alike. That's it.
Nice. Doc, my man, what up?
Yo, you can find me on the Twitters and here where I play this and other games.
Great. This Friday you'll be doing some board games with us, so.
Yeah, we're doing most likely Merchants and Marauders. We're going to be pirates, or not pirates, maybe.
Maybe merchants.
Or, yeah, or pirates.
And last but not least, we have Graham Complete. What up, sir? Where can people find you?
I make stuff on YouTube. Channels always be making. Yeah, make it happen.
When are you going to make some Nazi gold? When's that going to happen?
I don't know. Never.
Nice. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's episode of Die Party Abyss. If you did, consider following the channel. And if you're feeling saucy, why not subscribe? Get access to the cockpit and the best emotes on Twitch. What's going on in the future? Well, tomorrow we have Die Party Dead Man's Crest, which is at 5 p.m. PC, which is our 7th Sea 2nd edition game. And on top of that, on Thursday, we have the very first episode of Die Party Surge, which is a Shadowrun, what the fuck is it called? Shadowrun Anarchy. There we go. Shadowrun Anarchy game. I was going to say Apocalypse? No, that doesn't make any sense. Shadowrun Anarchy game, which is a narrative-focused Shadowrun game. So same rules, all that sort of stuff, just more focus on the narrative and less grind, which is great. That system's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So come back for that. That'll be character creation, some other stuff. Friday, we'll have board games with Bitter Bros. Starting on Thursday, though, I think we're not going to have daily streams because I actually have family visiting. So, because, next week on the 14th, I'm getting married. So, my mother's up for that and, whatever. But I don't think it'll affect the Die Party games because, they're in the middle of the night for me. So, not a big deal there. I can still do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's episode. And we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye.